you'll stumble. But you've poured your blood, sweat, and tears into perfecting your skills all summer, every camp, every week, getting back on your feet every time. It's game day. Time to bring the cheers. Time for our school spirit to shine. And time to unleash your energy. Your 2024 Raider Cheerleaders. Let's meet our Raider cheerleading senior class of 2025. Jalen Adams. Kanaya Kaysen Hill. Angela Hudson. Amari Jackson. Anaya Moore, Alexis Rogers, Harmony Smith, spirit without equal, traditions beyond compare. And for decades, we have been the musical pride of Warren, Ohio. Mollenkopf Stadium, get on your feet and make some noise for your Warren G. Harding Raider Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the gold standard of Northeast Ohio, the Warren G. Harding Raider Marching Band.
25, 30, down the sideline. Have yourself a night. Lynn Bowden will find it. Peter, he's in. Touchdown. 88-yard touchdown run.
Dallas Jet drops back to pass once again. He's looking left. Again, he is under a lot of pressure. He's throwing it for the corner. That ball is caught by Don Foster. Touchdown with 24 seconds to play.
I do it on Sundays for a little few. I had to take some training around and stuff. I've been in it looking around.
20 playoff appearances, 45 professional athletes, 7 state championships, 1 NFL Hall of Famer, Western Reserve.
Good evening and welcome, Raider Nation. It's the 2024 high school football season, the fastest 10 weeks in sports, and when you know it, we're already in week 2. Your Raiders tonight playing host to the Akron Buchtel Griffins. Griffins trying to keep the win ways going. They won at North Canton Hoover last week. Raiders trying to get on board with the win. Lost a tough one to Canton McKinley last week at Tom Benson Stadium, but a lot of positives in that game. We're looking for big things out of the Raiders. Welcome, Tom Bird once again.
Back in football and as a point guard in basketball. He played football at Findlay College, multiple honors, including academic All-American recognition, and was inducted into the Finley's Athletic Hall of Fame. In 2014, Paul was inducted into the Trumbull County Sports Hall of Fame as an administrator and for football. Paul had an outstanding career with the Warren City Schools as he was committed and dedicated to his work, family, friends, and the city of Warren. He served the Warren City School District in many capacities, leaving every place along the way better than when he found it. He was a leading advocate for the Mollenkopf Athletic Project from its infancy, and simply stated, has led the district to where we are today and still expanding the possibilities for our students both academically and athletically. Upon retirement, Paul moved to Fort Myers, Florida. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his wife, Lorraine, his son, Tyler, daughters, Mackenzie and Jackie, and his 3-year-old twin grandsons, Cameron and Preston. Also his mom, Mary, brothers, Tony and Sam, and son-in-law, Joel. Paul, Trina, thank you for a job well done, PT. At this time, we would like to have a moment of silence for Mr. Paul Trina.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
And there they go, the Raider Marching Band giving you the national anthem along with the pregame. Hopefully you were able to see all that. We hopefully have our technical difficulties ironed out. Looks like everything's live. We're ready to go. If you were with us, a nice little tribute to our former athletic director, Paul Trina, passed away earlier this week. And I know, Ed, from my experience as a coach, I've had an opportunity to work with Paul. Great guy, always a great assistant, always there to lend a hand. Anything you ever needed as an athlete and as a student in this school system, he'll be missed.
Yeah, I had the privilege of meeting Mr. Trina when I was a 7th Ward councilman years ago. Grew up on the west side. Called me about wanting to take care of his parents. Still had an issue over there on their street. I was proud to be able to meet him, proud to be able to help him out. Definitely be missed by this whole entire community.
Harding is set to kick off to open this year at home. Number 38 doing the kicking duties. That is Jaron Edmonds, and it seems so strange after all these years to not say Jake Doherty.
Gigi, as we know him, coaching for a lot of years. He's been in a lot of kicking camps. He's got some big shoes to fill, but I think he's up for it.
And there's the return for Buchtel. A good return out to about the 44-yard line. That was Dorian Johnson on the return for Buchtel, and Buchtel is going to have great field position to open up their first offensive series.
Yeah, Johnson able to find a seam up the right-hand side there, just kind of straight up north and south running. Able to start Buchtel off at a positive note here close to the 50-yard line. See if this Raider defense can stay stout like they did last week. We saw a lot of different guys running in and out for Coach Matty Richardson's team here, able to keep his team fresh towards the end of the second and the late fourth quarter there. See if they can do the same thing this week coming out in that front three defense.
Quarterback for Akron Buchtel, number 6, Stevie Diamond, brings his offense out on the field. First and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he's going to throw that one over the middle. That's going to go incomplete, just a little bit high. He was looking for number 1 out there, Demetrius Coates.
Number 6, quarterback Stevie
Second down and 10.
Yeah, Akron comes out with that play action there, trying to take advantage. They know that this defense, with that three-man front, they're going to send a lot of linebackers in the blitz there, trying to really take advantage of the aggressiveness just right off top, trying to take advantage of that aggressiveness from that Raider defense, see if they can catch it. That time the Raider defense able to snuff it out.
Buchtel getting the offensive play in at second down and 10. Diamond looks like he'll be staying in that pistol formation. The lone running back there, number 5, Marcus Britt. Akron has a couple of receivers up on top. Now they'll move them down here to the bottom of your screen. And this time the handoff is to Marcus Britt, and he's going to be dropped for a loss on second down.
Like to see the pursuit there. Number 7, Deshaun Wynn, first one to get through there. Nobody relaxing. You hear Matty Rich all through the two-a-days, all through those scrimmages. You kept on hearing him scream. He wants everybody to the ball. He didn't care if it was an incomplete pass. He wanted to see 11 helmets to the ball. You saw right there, first guy was able to get back there, make some contact, slow him up, and a teammate right behind him. 11 hats on the ball every play. That's what's going to win games for this team right now. This year is the defense.
Third down and 11 for the Griffins. Diamond now flanked by 2 running backs in that backfield. He's going to drop straight back. And that pass, nice defense there. It looks like number 9, Eris Coleman Bay in there on the coverage. And it is fourth down 11 for Akron Buchtel.
Eris Coleman Bay last week with a big game last week, was able to really put the Raiders back in it. Chaz Coleman came in on a blitz, hit the quarterback. Eris was able to take it back for a pick 6, really put the Raiders in the game, changed the momentum. We've been saying his name for a few years now. I believe he's got a scholarship offer to Brown University. Not only is he a worker on the field, but he's also a worker off the field as well in the classroom.
And then it's going to be a high and short kick. And it's going to take a Buchtel bounce up inside the Raider 30-yard line. The Raiders are going to get the ball at their own 29 to begin this offensive series.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see if you're Matty Richardson, Coach Richardson. What you want to see out of your defense coming out here. You saw Buchtel try to hit him with a couple different things, a quick play action right off the bat, see if they can catch that defense slipping. Everybody did their assignment, stayed home. They were able to snuff that out. This offense is going to take the field now. Last week, a lot of this offense, it was built around the quarterback, number 1, Chaz Coleman. Let's see what they can do this week with using Chaz's legs and his arms and being able to utilize a lot of these weapons that he's got around him.
And there's a handoff up the middle. Got about 4 or 5 yards right there on that gain.
So that's 28. Is that My King Adair? Oh, nope. Sorry, that was number 2. That was Brandon Coleman on the carry there. You're gonna see a running back by assignment here.
And Brandon Coleman looks to stay in there, lined up right behind Chaz Coleman. And we're going to give it to Brandon Coleman again. He's going to break free. Coleman in the backfield. Coleman wide open. Going down the Akron 40. Being chased out of bounds all the way down to the Griffin 26-yard line. And that was, my bad, it was number 28, My King Adair.
We talked about, just like we saw last week, Coach Richardson really getting a lot of players in here, keeping them fresh. That time, My King, with great vision, you'll see he starts to the right, sees the hole open left. Great patience, great vision. Cut it back out, and at that point, it was nothing but speed upfield, north and south for a big game for the Raider offense.
And the Raiders set up 1st and 10 at the Akron Buchtel 26-yard line. And Coleman's going to keep this one. Gets right on left end. Now Coleman is loose. Coleman down to the 15-yard line. Inside the 15. Another Raider first down.
Chaz Coleman, senior, listed at 6'5", 230. Came in last year, started to show what he could do at quarterback. Not only has he got the body size to where he's able to run the ball, especially in those short yardage opportunities, but he's got an arm. He can air it out there. He finds those one-on-one opportunities. He's not afraid to take a chance, throw it up, give his receivers the opportunity on that 50-50 ball to make a play.
That looks like My King Adair in the backfield once again. Looks like we might be getting an encroachment penalty. That is encroachment, and that's going to give the Raiders 5 yards closer. First down and 5 inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line.
Penalty is 1st and 5. Ball's at the 9-yard line.
Raider offense coming out doing exactly what they wanted to do, establishing that line of scrimmage, really pushing that Buchtel defense back, opening up those running lanes for the running backs, as well as their quarterback Chaz Coleman for the big gains. Let's see what they choose to do here inside the 10.
The handoff is to Brandon Coleman. Brandon Coleman pounds his way through all the way down to the 1-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Harding.
Absolutely, this is a great opportunity. You know, it reminds me of the Guardians if you're watching. You get down this low here, it's like Clase. You know, he's got that strong fastball that you got to wait for, that you got to swing fast on, but then he can hit you with that slider off speed. Right now, this defense doesn't know what to do. They know they got Chaz Coleman back there, that big body at 6'5", 230. They can just power it up there, but they've also got some speed to the outside. So the defense is really at a disadvantage now, trying to protect the middle, but knowing we've got the speed to hit them on the outside as well.
That ball spotted at the 2-yard line. Chaz Coleman up under center.
Timeout on the field.
And the Raiders are going to talk about this one. It looked like a little bit of confusion out there trying to get that one set up.
Yeah, it looked like a little late there. That was Steven Sims coming on. He's a transfer into Harding this year. Great athlete. I believe he's got an offer signed with YSU, but just a great offensive and a defensive talent to the team. But it looks like there was a little confusion there. Obviously, Coach Richardson didn't want to take any chances with this great opportunity with the ball on the 2-yard line. Burns his first time out of the half.
September 13th on your calendar as we will be honoring the 1974 Warren Harding Panthers OHSAA State Football Championship team. In addition, we will celebrate the pride of Warren's East Side with our annual Warren Harding Throwback Game.
Getting set to go here after the Harding timeout. 1st and goal at the Akron 2-yard line. And the Raiders are now 3 deep. They got that stacked I formation.
Old school football, love it.
And there it is, My King Adair up the middle, and he's going to push it in for the Raider touchdown. Raiders take the early lead, 6-0.
My King, great lineage, son of Omar Provit out there, looking like what his father used to do there. Love to see that stacked I formation, old school football, where they call it 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Raiders couldn't have asked to start this homestand off any better. 3 and out for the defense. Offense takes control of the line of scrimmage, runs it straight down the field, powers it in for 6.
Jaron Edmonds on to attempt the extra point for the Raiders. That kick is up, and it is good, and that's good to see after the 4 years of consistency out of Jake Doherty. We have another kicker coming right in and picking up where Jake left off.
No, absolutely. talk about all the time, you know, football being 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams. Gigi, as I've always known him, coached him since he was a lot younger in baseball. Great kid to know, great athlete. He's been going to these kicking camps, competing, just waiting for his time. Jake, obviously, you know, somebody who we'll never forget here at Warren G. Harding. Gigi waited his time. He's up now. It's his time, and he's earned it. So look for big things out of him during this 2024 year.
Set to kick off for
7:50 to go in the first quarter. Harding on top, 7-0 at the moment. Edmonds on again to kick off. Buchtel with the good return last time, but the defense stepped up, forced a 3 and out. And there's a little squib kick up the sidelines. That's going to go out of bounds.
Hey, take advantage of that momentum. Tried to catch him not paying attention there with that little quick onside kick there. Unfortunately, didn't work out. Defense is going to be put in another position here with Buchtel getting the ball in pretty good field position.
At least in high school, we don't have to announce our onside kicks.
Yes.
There's still a surprise in high school, folks.
It is, well, I guess you do everything we can. Obviously, we want to protect the players. Leave it at that.
That's going to get Buchtel the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 47. Once again, great starting field position. Stevie Diamond once again in at quarterback. I believe that is number 5, Marcus Britt, deep in the backfield for the Griffins. And Britt will get the handoff. He'll get some positive yards this time. Breaks 1 tackle, gets it all the way up to the Harding 45-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and short for Akron.
Yeah, Britt able to take advantage of that 3-man front there, and wasn't able to keep the contain. Able to hit the sideline, get it up the field north and south for a nice probably gain around 7-8 yards.
2nd down and 2 for Akron. Diamond, trouble with that snap, dropped it. He's going to be dropped for about a 3-yard loss on that play. Brings up a 3rd down and 4.
Diamond picks it up, brought down in the backfield.
Yeah, low snap there. Quarterback was able to keep possession. Raychwan Hill, a.k.a. 180, able to get in the backfield quick. Bring up a loss of 1.
Third down, and we got some movement down there. We're going to see which way that goes. The initial call looks like encroachment against the Raiders, and that's going to give Buchtel their first down of the ball game.
Smart call by Buchtel there. Had some disruptions on the offense. You see the defense really just firing all cylinders right now.
41-yard line.
Encroachment penalty moves the ball up to the Harding 41, where it'll be 1st and 10, Griffins.
Yeah, put that call on too. Try to take advantage of that aggressiveness. Get 5 yards back, and to give them the 1st down.
Coates and Britt, the running backs for Buchtel. Stevie Diamond getting set for the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, drop back. He's looking. He's got nobody open. He's going to try to take it around the end. He'll gain a few yards out that way. Couldn't find anybody open downfield. Turned it upfield and made a nice gain out of the play.
Yeah, give that defensive backfield, the corners, a lot of credit there. Quarterback had a lot of time to throw, but those corners looked like they were in man-to-man coverage right there, able to stay with their receivers. Quarterback had nowhere to go. He did the smart thing, tucked it, and got about 4 yards on that carry.
2nd down and 6 for Akron Buchtel on the legs of Stevie Diamond on that scramble around the left end. This time he's going to give it to Marcus Britt. Britt's going nowhere on that play. He gets smacked at the line of scrimmage. If there's any gain at all, it is minimal.
The line of scrimmage by number 11,
Aiden Allen, senior, 6 foot 190. Not the biggest kid on the field, but I remember when he was with the Little Raiders. I mean, I'm going to tell you, that kid's got heart. He may not be the biggest kid on the field, but he plays with the biggest heart. You'll see him get in there. He'll go against the biggest kid out there. He'll use technique to beat him, get down, break down, and make a tackle for you.
3rd down and 6, and Stevie Diamond drops straight back to pass. He's under a lot of pressure. He's got to keep it again. And he stretches it out. He's going to be close to a 1st down over there on that far sideline. Looks like they're going to mark him maybe half a football short. 4th down and real short coming up for the Buchtel Griffins.
I think they got to go for it in this situation. Defense has to be careful. Watch the hard count.
4th down and 1 for the Griffins. Big play early on for that Buchtel offense as they try to get back in this ballgame. And there's a little motion. That's going to give them the 1st down. Little jumping over there on the near end of that Raider defense.
That was Kenneth Bird. They showed their hand earlier in this drive here. Confident they could get Harding with the hard count. Worked once again. No, looks like they're going to call. They called a.
I guess they changed it. They're calling procedure against the Griffins.
Procedure.
The initial call was encroachment against the Raiders, but apparently it has gone against the Griffins. And instead of 1st down, it's 4th and 6.
I'm surprised they're going for it here.
Stevie Diamond back to pass. And he finds number 11, Carter Dawson. Carter Dawson brings it inside. Touchdown, Akron Buchtel.
Carter Dawson out there all alone on an island with number 10, sophomore Matty Richardson. Matty Richardson showed a lot of great athleticism, a lot of football acumen during the preseason, during the scrimmages, and at practice. That's why he earned that starting role. Look to see big things out of him this year. That time quarterback just had a lot of time, wasn't able to get the pressure there. One-on-one, he was able to throw that back shoulder throw, able to turn around, spin, get the catch, and put it in for 6 for the Buchtel offense.
Looked like Dawson managed to get Matt turned around a couple times back there. And the Griffins are coming out and looking for 2.
That may tell you something later in this game about their confidence in their kicking game. Or lack thereof.
Stevie Diamond keeps, he got a man open in the end zone, and he can't make the connection with number 1, Demetrius Coates. And the Raiders maintain the lead at 7-6. And like you said, that may come back to haunt you later on.
No, absolutely. You know, when you're down just to kick an extra point right there and you line up for 2 when you could have easily tied the game, that kind of shows you the cards that Akron Buchtel's playing with over there. Obviously, not a lot of confidence in their kicking game. That's something that could come possibly back to haunt them, like you said, later in the game.
4:22 to play here in the first quarter.
You know, while we have a quick break here as we're waiting for them to line up for the kickoff, I look out in the stands, one of the bigger crowds that I've seen at this at Mollenkopf Stadium in a while. I know when we were here for the scrimmage against Farrell, then the 3-team scrimmage they had, it was very surprising to see all the fans that you saw up there. Cannot deny the unbelievable energy that is around this team right now, from the wellness center to the scoreboard to the sound system to the coach, to the new coaching staff that's coming in. Just a lot of excitement, not only just here at Mollenkopf Stadium, but around the city for everything that Warren City Schools has done for our students overall. This is just, I mean, this is honestly a world-class facility that they've created here for our students, for our city. And just very proud of everything that they've done, and a lot of excitement here coming into the first home game of the year.
Harding getting set to receive this kickoff. Aris Coleman Bay is going back. And it looks like possibly Mike King Adair also. So Aris Coleman Bay, Mike King Adair, they are back. Now Coleman will move up, and Mike King Adair will be the lone deep man.
Number 8, Xavier Wilson.
Xavier Wilson on to do the kicking for the Griffins. Again, 4:22 to play in the first quarter. Griffins have just scored, failed at the extra point attempt, so it keeps the score at 7-6 in favor of the Raiders. There's a short kick up the middle, That's going to be fielded there about the 32-yard line, and maybe about a 3-yard return out to the 35. Harding with decent field position as they get the ball for the second time this evening.
A great field position again. Talked about the, when they went for two, was at a show for what they felt in their kicking game. Obviously, you saw the kickoff there. Short, fielded by number 11, Aiden Allen, going to give the Raiders offense great position here to start their second possession.
Second possession.
Second possession.
Chaz Coleman leads that offense back out on the field. He's got Brandon Coleman set up right behind him. And Brandon Coleman's going to get the give. He's met in the backfield, still on his feet. And he might get a yard or two out of that. Managed to push the pile forward for a couple.
Over the left side for a short gain.
Brandon Coleman comes up, ran into the back of looked like possibly his guard there. Kind of slowed him up, but he kept those legs churning so he could make sure you get north and south and get a positive gain there for 2 yards.
And Brandon Coleman, another big body in that backfield, 6 foot, 200 pounds. So if he gets some forward momentum, he's going to be tough to bring down. Coleman comes off for this play. Davian Blackwell checking in, number 34.
He's another one listed, big body, 5'11", 200 pounds.
Coleman's going to roll out to his right. Dumps the pass off. He was looking for Blackwell on that one. Couldn't get him.
Like that play, get the athlete out there on the edge. He had 2 receivers open there, Blackwell as well as my King. Honestly, it looked like he couldn't make up his mind there and threw it in between both of them.
That's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for the Raiders. 3rd down and 8 at their own 38-yard line. Coleman's going to set up in that empty backfield. 2 receivers up on top. We got 1 down here at the bottom.
Single safety, you're going to see some one-on-one.
Coleman's going to keep it, looking for some running room up the middle, and he's not going to find it. He'll get that out, maybe a 2 or 3 yard gain. That's going to bring up a 4th down and about 6 to go. And the Raiders are going to send on the punting unit.
Yeah, got to hand it to the Buchtel defense there, able to hold the Raider offense that time. Missed opportunity on that bootleg there. That's something that the Raiders offense is going to keep in the back in their back pocket though for later in the game.
Chaz Coleman will stand to do the punting. That might be something to look at in specific situations.
Absolutely.
And there is a nice booming kick for Chaz Coleman all the way back inside the 20 where it's fielded. Great coverage down there. That was number 2, Dorian Johnson, who only gets it out to about the 24-yard line. And a nice punt off the left foot of Chaz Coleman.
Can you tell that looked like, was that number 3? Tyler Smith Jr. on the tackle. Great open field tackle. We've been calling his name since last year. He took over that starting role in about week 5, never gave it up. He's another star to watch this year, really grown into that middle linebacker position. Not afraid to step up, fill the holes, also has some athletic ability, able to get out there in the flats, really patrol the middle there. He's a threat, and also I've seen him play him at tight end as well. Number 3, Tyler Smith, somebody to watch this year.
Buchtel 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hand off to number 15, DeJuan Owens.
Number 15, DeJuan Owens, the running back on that play. That's only a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Raiders looking to get the ball back in a hurry here and get back up on top by more than a point.
I really like this athletic defense that's out there. You know, you don't see a lot of big bodies necessarily, but you see a lot of athletes out there. Really makes it hard for those offensive linemen to keep up with them. They're able to use technique to beat their opponent, get to the ball, but they're also able to cover a lot of ground.
That was Owens again, and Owens again finding very little running room. Maybe another half a yard on that play will bring up a 3rd down and 8, so 3rd down and long for the Griffins. Harding would really like another 3 and out, especially at this end of the ball field.
Gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 8 out to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, running this 3-man front. We saw a lot of this last year as well. Running that 3-man front, having those linebackers back there, even some of the guys that are lined up in the defensive backfield. The offense, very difficult for the quarterback to be able to tell where that pressure's coming from.
Buchtel sends 3 receivers up on the far end. Stevie Diamond looking for the lone receiver down here, looking for number 2, Dorian Johnson, and great coverage there by number 10, Matthew Richardson. He got beat on that last series. He did not get beat on that play.
Like I told you, he may just be a sophomore, but he's out there for a reason. He proved himself during the two-a-days, proved himself during those scrimmages. Amazing athlete, but even more than the athleticism, just a high IQ, a high football acumen. That's why he's out there, and you've seen it on that play.
Back to receive the punt for the Raiders, number 10.
So the Griffins forced a punt, and the last punt was not all that impressive. We'll see if they get off a better one this time. And there's a high snap, and another high, that ball was tipped, and this takes a Buchtel bounce once again, and going to roll up to about the Harding 42-yard line. Harding with tremendous field position once again off of a poor Buchtel punt.
Yeah, he almost was in shotgun. I mean, I don't know that was
wasn't very deep for a punter.
Yeah, punt formation, almost like that you'd call that a quick kick. They've really lucked out on the bounces there. But once again, you know, you watch that 3rd phase of the game, the special teams, and obviously that's a challenge right now for Buchtel. We'll see how that plays out as this game continues to move forward.
And a different quarterback in for Harding this time. James Jones, number 12. And we got some flags down already. And it looks like the Griffins have lined up in the neutral zone, so that's encroachment. So,
you know, we saw some. I'm sorry, Tom. We saw some of this last week at Canton, as Coach Richardson wanted to give just a different look. You know, obviously different styles from number 12 James Jones to number 1 Chaz Coleman, just really keeping that defense off balance, keeping them guessing.
Another big quarterback at 6'4", 175. Only a sophomore is James Jones. Takes that snap. Quick pass out to the right side. That one's caught. That's going to be a 1st down and a little bit more. Trying to see who that receiver was over there.
Number 12, James Jones. Pass is complete.
If that was number 8, that was Steven Sims.
Stephen Sims on that reception. A nice, firm, aggressive pass by James Jones.
That's a 1st down.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to those receivers out there, able to sustain those blocks on that wide receiver screen, giving Sims the opportunity to get north and south for positive yardage and move the sticks.
1st and 10 Harding at the Buchtel 43-yard line. Jones stays in there. That's about a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8 coming up.
You know, really like the opportunity to get James Jones in there. As you see, number 1 Chaz Coleman, a lot of the offenses run through him, and we'll be calling Chaz's name on defense. Last week, I mean, Chaz was a monster, not just on the offensive side of the ball, but they would blitz him from the outside linebacker position, and he just created havoc. So really nice to be able to put someone in that you're comfortable with, that you know can take control of that offense and move the ball up and down the field to give your senior, your quarterback, your leader, a little bit of a breather to be able to keep him fresh for the whole game.
And that's only going to pay dividends down the road once Coleman graduates this year.
Absolutely.
You get Jones in as a junior next year with a decent amount of game experience.
No, absolutely. I mean, obviously, you know, you want to win right now, but you also want to make sure that you're building for the future. Coach Richardson and his staff coming in 1st year, a lot of excitement, a lot of high expectations, but at the end of the day, it's about building the program. You know, whether it's from the Little Raiders to the 7th, 8th grade junior high team to the freshmen to the JV. I give a lot of credit to Coach Richardson and his staff. I got a boy that's playing 7th grade. I see Coach and his staff out there watching the game, and trust me, you remember when you were in 7th grade, when the varsity coach is looming on the sidelines, you know it.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You absolutely know it.
That last play ended the first quarter. We're getting ready to start the second quarter with the Raiders on top, 7-6. 2nd down and 8 at the Buchtel 41. James Jones will open up the second quarter at the quarterback position. That looks like Brandon Coleman lined up behind him in the running back spot. Get the chain gain all
looks like
set up in the right spot over there.
It looks like it's second week for everybody. Working out the kinks.
All right, the chain gain's all settled in. It's 2nd down and 8. We're ready to start the second quarter. Jones takes that snap. He's going to roll out, looking downfield. And that ball, not sure where it was going, but it is picked off by Akron Buchtel, and that is a big return. He is way outside there. Flags down on the field. That will probably come back. Intercepted by number 10, Dwight Shane of the Griffins.
Yeah, blindside block there on the quarterback, James Jones. Took a big hit there around midfield.
Not quite sure where he was going with that throw. There wasn't a receiver in the neighborhood wearing a black jersey, but that run will come back. Flags down at about the 40-yard line.
Well, you can see here as he turns around, he feels that pressure. Just wanted to get it off there. Really needs to, you know, that's why coach has got him in right now. You know, a sophomore obviously has a lot of potential, strong arm, great size. But plays like that, you know, those are plays that you're going to learn from. Those are ones that you either got to tuck and run or you got to toss that ball to your mom in the stands over there. But he'll learn from that.
After the interception, blindside block by the receiving team, 15 yards, 1st down.
So that penalty is going to bring Buchtel back to their own 35-yard line where they'll take over 1st and 10 with 11:45 to go in the half. Trailing Harding by a score of 7-6.
You know, you talk about, you know, penalties can kill you. And, you know, that one was going to the house from the beginning. I don't even know. I want to say when I saw that hit, it was pretty well behind the play. Not really a need for you to make that. You know, I always tell my players, I don't mind a mistake as long as it's aggressive and 100%. But something like that is just real difficult, especially coming in here to Mollenkopf Stadium trying to pull off a win. You need those kind of touchdowns. We'll see if the Raiders can make them pay for that penalty with their defense.
Yeah, we call that situational awareness. Know where you're out on the field. That play's in front of you. You don't need to take that shot. Stevie Diamond's going to keep this one up the middle. He'll pick up about 5 on that carry. Hit hard out there, but he gets it out to the 40-yard line where it's going to be 2nd down and 5.
Takes it up the middle. Brought down by number
You can see it on the screen right here. I mean, Akron Buchtel comes in with a pretty sizable front 5 up there, trying to establish their dominance on the more athletic, quicker, faster front 3 of the Warren Harding defense. We'll see as this game goes on if those big bodies don't start wearing down the front 3 of the Harding defense. There's a motion.
There's a handoff to Marcus Britt. Marcus Britt finds some room. He's going to get a 1st down into Harding territory all the way down to the Raider 45-yard line.
Thought I saw some movement on the right-hand side of the line there by the Buchtel offensive line. They didn't call it, but as we talked about, those big bodies up front starting to really you know, take control up here. We'll see what Coach Richardson's defense can do here with those linebackers stepping up and really filling those holes at the point of attack.
Diamond with a quick pass over the middle. Hits number 2, Dorian Johnson, for a decent gain on 1st down. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3 inside the Raider 40-yard line.
One-on-one there with Matty Richardson again. Nice open field tackle to prevent that from going any further.
And I think they caught the Raiders for a third time on that quick count.
Dead ball, encroachment defense, 5 yards.
And for the third time, encroachment on the Raiders is going to give the Griffins a first down.
That captain's got to grab him up in the huddle, and they got to tell him, you got to watch the ball.
After the penalty, 1st and 10 Griffins.
Right now, Akron Buchtel's got a free 5 yards whenever they want it. All they got to do is go on a long count.
1st and 10 at the Raider 33-yard line. Hand off to Britt. Breaks through one tackle. He's going to pick up maybe 2-3 yards on that play before he's dragged back a little bit.
Like to see the swarming to the ball there. You know, you start out games like this, still pretty warm out here. Humidity's pretty high. The rain kind of cooled it off a little.
2nd down and 8. Raider 31-yard line. Stevie Diamond looking down that right sideline. He's going to overthrow his receiver. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8. A lot of coverage in there on number 2, Dorian Johnson, but that ball was well over his head on that play.
Number 10, Matthew Richardson, defending on the play.
You know, you got a lot of experience in the defensive backfield. I think Richardson being the sophomore, but you've got Harris over there. We've been calling his name for a while. Sims just came over. He's a senior. And then you got number 17, Donovan McCoy, another senior, track star with some speed. Coach isn't afraid to leave them out there on an island by themselves.
3rd down and 8 for the Griffins. Diamond back. He gets his man over on the right side. That's enough for a first down inside the 15, down to about, inside the 25, down to about the Raider 22-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10, Buchtel over there.
Yeah, without a doubt, Buchtel's best drive of the game so far as we hit about the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. They've been able to mix it up here with runs, pass, and some convenient penalties when need be. We'll see if this defense can hunker down and get them off the field.
And a quick one to this side now. Looking for number 10, Dwight Shea, but he overthrows him. 2nd down and 10. And with what we've seen out of the Griffins kicking game, it's been 4-down territory pretty much since they crossed the 50-yard line.
No, absolutely. And if the Raiders just got to get that they got to get that discipline. Obviously, you don't want to find yourself in a 4th and 5, 4th and 4. They hit you with that hard count, and you give up that first down there.
Second down and 10, Akron Buchtel.
A broken play.
And Diamond was looking around. He was expecting somebody to be there, and there was no one there. He's going to take about a yard loss on that play. He had that, where the heck did everybody go look about him.
He kind of held the ball out there. And
somebody's supposed to take this.
Right? Yeah, you'll have that. Week 2, everybody's still, working. And it's not just getting used to, the game speed and everything. It's also, coaches are still trying to find out who's going to be the guy. And so they're working in a lot of players, trying to get even some younger players some time, and, you're going to have that here and there.
3rd down and just inside 11 yards for the Griffins. Diamond back to pass. Looking over the middle, he's got a man over the middle. Looked like number 8, Xavier Wilson, who's going to get it down to about the 15-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down and very manageable 2 or 3 yards now.
Looks like they're going to call number 1, Chaz Coleman, came in hard on the blitz, used that 6'5" body and that vertical to go up and try to swat the ball down. But it looks like they're going to call roughing the passer.
And indeed, there is a personal foul call on that play, and that's going to give the Griffins, I think, every first down they've gotten so far tonight, except for the last one on that pass. So 4 out of 5 of them have come by the way of Raider defensive penalty. That's going to make it first. Looks like the Griffins are going to have a first down and goal up to the 7-yard line.
Yeah. But you know what? I will tell you, not all penalties are created equally. that penalty there, Chaz is coming hard. He's trying to make a play. Just ended up a split second too late there. I think the coach will take that every day.
Diamond keeps it, tries to get up the middle, and he gets it in there close, down to about the 1 yard line where it'll be 2nd and goal.
Takes it down to the 1.
Down to the 7-minute mark of the first half.
Kenneth Bird.
I see another flag on the ground down there.
Ball's at the 1 yard line.
Holding, number 58, White.
And that is holding on the
penalty.
Griffins. So there is a big penalty in favor of the Raiders this time. That's going to push the Griffins back 10 yards and make this 2nd and goal situation just a little bit more difficult.
The penalty's marked off. 1st and goal from the 16.
You know, impressive drive by Buchtel here. I mean, this has got to be good 8-10 plays. You know, we talk all the time about, you know, how does an offense work? You know, you either have to be able to sustain a drive, you're going to have to be able to break a run from or break a touchdown from anywhere on the field. Either or will work for you, but being able to sustain a drive, keep that defense on the field, keeping them tired, very impressive. See if with that penalty, the Raiders can take advantage of it.
1st and goal, back to 16. Trying to hit number 11, Carter Dawson, out there with the quick screen. And just outside of his fingertips, that's going to bring up 2nd and goal at the 16-yard line. So the Raiders getting a little extra life on defense on this play, making it Griffins looked like they were going to have a 2nd and goal at the 1. Now they're backed way up, and it's 2nd and 16. 2nd and goal from the 16. Stevie Diamond looking again over on this side, looking into the end zone. He's got a man open, almost picked off, a little bit underthrown.
Quarterback took a big hit there. I was watching the ref to see if he was going to pull that flag, but he timed it up great. That's what made that throw come short, but great pressure by the defense there.
Number 9,
Harris Coleman Bay on the coverage almost came up with the interception. You can see the Griffins right now wanting to see who worked harder during two-a-days in the offseason. They're not wasting any time huddling up. They're trying to get up to the line of scrimmage, see if they can take advantage, see if they can tire out this defense, catch somebody napping out there to get a quick 6.
Scoreboard says 4th and 16. I do believe it's 3rd and 16. We'll find out here in a minute. Chain Gain has it 3rd. Scoreboard has it 4th. Whatever, it's 16 yards and goal. Pass over the middle, and another big defensive play down there on the goal line to keep the Griffins out of the end zone.
Once again, you can tell the Griffins must have looked because they're trying to pick on the sophomore, number 10, Matty Richardson. Matty Richardson, once again, showed that he was up for the task. Great. Left him out there on the island, man-to-man coverage. Went up, broke the play up to bring up a 4th and 16.
He got beat on that 42-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter, and he has been solid ever since.
It is now 4th down.
Looks like that's number 75 down for Akron. That's Clavion Howard, senior, 6'3", listed at 340.
And with this warm night, it's probably the first in a series of cramping incidents we're going to see. Nearly 80 degrees here at Mollenkopf Stadium at kickoff. Not only warm, it is muggy.
Yeah, not real comfortable, and we're not down there in pads running around, and it's not very comfortable up here. Yeah, you can tell. It looks like they're trying to stretch the calf out there.
So now we have the right down. It is 4th down and goal from the 16 coming up.
You go back to penalties, Tom. I mean, they were down, inside the 5-yard line. They get that holding penalty. Not only does the penalty come back to bite them, but also the challenges that they obviously have in their kicking game. Going to make them go for it here on 4th and 16. They don't feel like they have much of a choice here. Great opportunity for the Raiders to take a huge drive where Buchtel just kind of did what they needed to do, moving that ball down the field. And if they can hold them on this 4th and 16, that's a huge win for the Harding defense.
Harding needs one smart play on defense right here, and they'll have 6 minutes to take the ball back down the field before the end of the half.
6 minutes and a lot of momentum. I mean, that's just a real momentum and just really kills your heart, you know, when you've done all this, because trust me, that defense can be tired, but so are those guys on the offensive side. And when you come out with 0 after that, that's just really demoralizing. It gives the defense and the Raiders another pep in their step to take that ball back down the field with the 6:20 left.
4th and goal. They have him marked at the 17. Diamondback to pass, looking over the side. He's got a man open. He is not going to get this in. The Raiders are going to pull him down about the 5-yard line, and that is where the Raider offense is going to take over with 6:12 to play in the half.
Yeah, great job by the defensive back there. He called that bend, don't break. Keep everything in front of you. Keep them in bounds. Amir Cobb, first time we've called his name, number 15, a junior, out there making the big play to get the Raiders defense off the field with about 6:12 left here in the second quarter. We'll see what they come out and do here. I mean, that's just real demoralizing for that Buchtel team to take all that time off the clock, all those plays, going the right way, and to end up with 0 to show for it. We'll see if Coach Richardson takes a big shot downfield real quick, see if he can hit him with 6 right off top.
Chaz Coleman steps back in as quarterback after giving way to James Jones for a couple series. I think that's Mike King Adair in the backfield. He gets the ball. He gets a few yards out to about the 8-yard line, brings up a second down and maybe 4.
Mike King, a sophomore, listen to 165, saw that hole. I like the way he lowered his shoulder and delivered a blow so he could fall forward for a couple more yards there.
Second down and 7 coming up.
Ball's out to the 8-yard line.
Love to see running backs running hard. Love to see them getting behind their pads, lowering those shoulders and just getting forward. You know, we'll take that scat back, we'll take the juke. You know, they look nice, you get upfield, get the yards, but when you watch a running back do what running backs do, I mean, there's nothing prettier than that.
This time it looks like Brandon Coleman. And Coleman pounds ahead for a few more, brings up a 3rd down and maybe 2 at the 13-yard line.
Over the left side. Brought down by number 55, Jordan Holloway.
Nice and steady.
Takes it out to the 13, where it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Giving themselves a good opportunity here. 3rd and short. Really opens up the playbook here. And you got a quarterback like Chaz Coleman back there. Quick QB sneak up the middle with that big body. Also, you see him coming out in the power eye.
That ball's on the ground. I think it's covered up again. It's going to bring up a 4th down and short.
Covered by the Raiders. No gain on the play.
4th and 2 coming up.
Yeah, unfortunate. It looked like he had a hole there to be able to advance the sticks. But just like we talked about, you're still in that 4th and 2 position right there. Obviously deep in your territory. Don't want to take a lot of chances. But this punt return teams, they've got a hold. They cannot retreat back and try to form that wall, because if they do, you've got Chaz Coleman back there as the punter. Easy for him to take off and pick up those 2 yards to get the 1st down.
Coleman back once again. His 2nd punt of the evening.
Raiders, number 1, Chaz Coleman.
High snap. And
There he
Coleman's
goes.
going to keep this one and stretches
doesn't
ahead.
get
I
it.
don't think he's going to get that. And Buchtel,
Chaz takes it up the middle.
Harding takes a risk there, a big risk. It does not pay off. And Buchtel, with just over 4 minutes left to play in the half, are going to have a 1st down and a very short field.
Yeah, we talked about the opportunity there. I don't know if that was a planned sneak there by Chaz or not. It was a little high snap. I think he might have saw an opportunity, maybe feared that if he tried to punt it that it was going to get blocked. So he took his opportunity there. But give a credit to the Buchtel defense after that disappointing offensive drive, being able to hold this Harding offense to a 3 and out, and then being able to stop them on the Chaz Coleman attempted run there. Going to give themselves great opportunity inside the 20-yard line with a little over 4 minutes left.
And now a big load falls upon the shoulders of that Harding defense as Buchtel takes over 1st and 10 at the Harding 13-yard line. 4:04 to go in this half. And if Harding wants to take that lead, that 7-6 lead, take that into the locker rooms, defense is going to have to step up huge right now.
No, absolutely. You know, we talked about the disappointment that Buchtel had on that offensive drive. I think there's some disappointment in that Raider offense. I think they really felt a great opportunity after the defense was able to hold them there. We'll see if Buchtel comes out here with a little pep in their step.
Stevie Diamond in there at quarterback, as he has been all evening. That's the handoff to Marcus Britt. Britt's going to get met early on. He might pick up a yard or two on that play.
Number 5, Marcus Britt takes a handoff over the left side.
Looked like that was number 52. Kenneth Bird was the first one in the backfield to make contact there, slow him up. Make sure that was only a short gain of 1.
2nd down and 9 at the 12. And again, I don't think we'll see any attempt at a field goal, so the Griffins are looking at 4 offensive plays regardless of what happens right here. They haven't shown anything in the way of a kicking game, so they're going to try to take this one to the house, get everything they can. Diamond back to pass over the middle, and again, coverage very good in here in the middle as he's looking for number 10, Dwight Shade, in the secondary, and the last 2 series has stepped up big.
Steven Sims coming through big again. As you're watching this, I'm seeing almost all man-to-man out there. A lot of faith in the defensive backfield, a lot of faith in that front 3 and the blitz to be able to get there to disrupt the quarterback's throw and the timing. Thus far, it's come through. We'll see if Harding's got 2 more plays in him, be able to keep the Griffins out of the end zone.
3rd down and 9 coming up. Diamond back to pass again, looking over to his right, under a lot of pressure, and Diamond's going to go down in the backfield, all the way back to about the 18, 19-yard line. Huge defensive play for the Raiders.
We've been saying his name a lot tonight. That once again, number 52, Kenneth Bird, coming up big, swimming through the defense.
Back at the 19-yard line.
Looked like there was a blitz there by Deshaun Wynn, too. Number 7 was able to stop the quarterback, make him double pump that ball. That gave the defensive line opportunity to get in there for a big loss to bring up another big 4th and 16 for the Griffins.
And just what Harding needed when they needed it most in this first half is for this defense to step up and do what they've just done on this series. 4th down and 16 for the Griffins. All the way back at the 19-yard line. Diamond back to pass, and he can't find anybody once again. He's scrambling around back there, lets it fly, and he finds a man in the end zone. All of a sudden, he finds a man in the corner of the end zone. It connects for the Griffin touchdown.
Number 6, Stephen Diamond, a quarterback, buying himself time with his legs. Able to find his receiver there. It looked like that was number 11. That was Carter Dawson. Going up high, coming down hard on his back there. It looked like we might have had a little bit of yapping after the play that's going to resort.
After the touchdown, good ball, unsportsmanlike, number 11. After he scored, he throws the ball 15 yards on the try.
Well, once again, you know, we talk about the kicking game for Buchtel. They're up by 5 right now. You assume they were going to go for 2 there. Excuse me, you assume they were going to go for 2. This makes it even more difficult now back here close to the 20-yard line. Still plenty of time, 2:16. I believe the Raiders have 2 timeouts left.
So Buchtel with the touchdown. Personal foul called after the touchdown. Moves the extra point attempt all the way back to about the 17-yard line. Diamond gets that pass off. It's going to fall incomplete. And the Griffins are going to take a 12-7 lead with 2:16 to play in the first half.
Yeah, excuse me, give the Griffins credit. Took advantage of great field position there. 4th down and long. I believe that was a 4th and 16. for their second time. Quarterback able to make something with his legs there, keep that play alive. The wide receivers never gave up on him. Moved around in the end zone. Receiver went up high, made a great catch, came down hard, but held onto the ball. And we got a brand new game here. 12-5 with 2:16 left. Raiders got 2 timeouts. We'll see what the offense can do.
A little confusion here. Got to get the players on the right side of the field. There we go. And by all accounts, the Raiders really should wind up with good field position off this kick.
No, absolutely. But you got to watch that middle section there from about the 45 down to the 35. A lot of wide open area there. You want to make sure that those front men right there, the up men, that they know, and you see how they're pulling that back line up to try to take up some of that space, because that's a live ball.
Number 8, Xavier Wilson, kicking off for the Griffins.
Xavier Wilson setting to kick off for Akron Buchtel. And it's a short kick, fielded at about the 34-yard line. And he's not going to get much more off of that. Gets it out to maybe the 37-yard line before he's hit by that Griffin coverage team.
I think they're going to spot it around the 35-yard line. But like you said, Tom, short kick there.
Allen receives the kick, tackled by a host or a flock of Griffins.
Aiden Allen able to field that kickoff. But Harding does have good field position. 2:10 to play. 2 timeouts left in the half.
And we'll see what the offense does here. I mean, they've really kept it short. You know, we've seen a lot of run plays. We've seen some screen passes. Haven't seen anything vertical yet. And they've got some real burners. And Chaz has got the arm to get it down there. See if they start trying to take anything downfield. Oh, looks like he's going to want to burn one here.
Timeout, Harding.
Harding's going to take their second timeout. They had Coleman all by himself in the backfield, so it looked like they were getting set to open it up a little bit. So we'll see if they stick to that when they come back out of this timeout.
Yeah, you know, Coach really didn't want to burn that one right there.
No.
He had great opportunity with 2 minutes, obviously. You know, you're getting out of bounds, but this is high school football, so the clock's going to stop on the first downs. Unfortunately, some miscommunication in getting that play off, and I think the most important thing is to make sure you get it right. You know, down 12-7 right now, a place you didn't want to be, but you got great opportunity to take this into the half with a score. We've got the opportunity with Gigi to be able to kick a decent field goal, and I do believe Harding's going to get the ball back as we start the second half.
Harding will get the ball back in the third quarter. If they could break something off here, that would be a huge morale boost going into those locker rooms. And again, it looks like Coleman is going to stay by himself in that backfield. He's got 3 receivers down here on the near side. So Harding maybe looking to open it up here. Coleman keeps it. Gets ahead for maybe 3 yards out to the 38-yard line. Second down and 7 forthcoming.
Richard Humphrey. Gain of 3 on the play. Second down and 7.
And wanted the opportunity to try to split that defense out, spread them out there, see if Chaz could find a hole. Use his size and his speed to get upfield. That time the Griffins able to snuff it out for a short gain of 3 as the clock winds down to about 1:40.
Coleman again by himself in that backfield. That's Sims in motion. Sims is going to get the ball, and Sims is going to get hit hard for a loss, trying to get that sweep around the left end, and the Griffins had that one sniffed out as well.
Griffins sitting with 3 timeouts. I'm surprised with 3rd and 10 the way we've been playing. They haven't called a timeout.
Third down and 10.
Looks like they're going to finally burn one of them with 1:17.
That's their first time out of the half.
Harding, with their initial drive, able to march straight down the field and put points on the board, but it has been tough going on every offensive series yet.
Yeah, you know, you give the defense credit. This is a very, very athletic team. You know, from the offensive side of the ball to the defensive side of the ball. You really give the Griffins a lot of credit for being able to to not only hang with these athletes on the Raider side of the ball, but at this point, I mean, they've really settled in, and they said, hey, we came to play.
Thank you to our stadium sponsor, Gatorade.
3rd down and 10 for the Raiders. 1:17 to play in the half. They've got the ball where they started this drive, back at their own 35-yard line. And this is the same setup they've used on the first couple plays of this series. Chaz Coleman back by himself. And this time he drops the snap, holds on to the ball, still looking downfield, heaves it up, and that's going to fall incomplete. Probably very fortunate that wasn't picked off. At any rate, that's going to bring up a 4th down and 10, and the Raiders are going to have to punt this away with 1:09 left to go.
Yeah, lucky to get that one back there. Threw it into kind of no man's land out there, but luckily it was no man's land because there was no man in sight. And that was, so they're going to get he's going to get the opportunity to put his big right leg into it, try to push it back. Griffins probably get the ball with about a minute, a little under a minute with 2 timeouts.
Coleman back to punt. Low line drive. That's fielded at about the 27-yard line. And that's number 2 for the Griffins, Dorian Johnson, who breaks the tackle and gets it on to the Raider side of the field. So all of a sudden, the Griffins, with just under a minute to play in this half, they have absolutely fantastic field position and all the momentum in the world at this point.
Yeah, no question. That momentum has turned over to the Akron Buchtel side here. 57 seconds left, 2 timeouts. Their quarterback has shown the ability to be able to keep plays alive with his legs, really making those corners work hard out there. Very comfortable still with keeping them in that man-to-man one-on-one coverage. We'll see if they change it around. Looks like they've got a cover, maybe a cover 2. Yeah, looks like they're going to go with the 2 deep safeties, try to give those corners some help out there deep.
1st and 10, Akron Buchtel at the Raider 47-yard line, trying to extend this lead before the half. And Stevie Diamond, quick pitch out to Marcus Britt. Britt's got some running room out there. He's inside the 40, gets it out of bounds, stops the clock.
Diamond's pass complete to number 5.
About a 9-yard, almost a 1st down, and it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. Down about the Raider 36-yard line.
They're going to move the chains there. You saw Chaz Coleman coming hard off that right-hand side there, putting a lot of pressure, but he was able to hit the screen pass there. Eris Coleman Bay able to make this tackle on the sidelines. Griffin's able to stop the clock with 51 seconds left. And most importantly, hold on to both those timeouts.
Diamond again looking over this way. Again, it's Dorian Johnson.
Pass complete to number 2, Dorian Johnson.
And again, out of bounds, stopping the clock. Looks like about a 6-yard gain. Brings up a 3rd and 4, I think around there, maybe a 3rd and 3 at the 29-yard line of Warren Harding. 2nd and 3, I'm sorry. 2nd and 3rd. He didn't get out of bounds. That clock is ticking. I'm not sure why they're not calling a timeout. They got 2. Now there's a bad snap.
Now they're going to
Diamond has to jump on it way back at the 40-yard line. And the Griffins will call a timeout now. That might have been a couple seconds too late.
Yeah, I think right there, I think the coaches might have got caught up in just the excitement of the game. Raiders couldn't have asked for anything better there, letting that clock run down the way it did, and then obviously with the botched snap, going to push that ball back. Going to bring up a 3rd and 14 with 20 seconds left here.
That ball goes all the way back to the 40-yard line, where, as we said, 3rd and 14, 20 seconds to play. Harding looking to dodge another big bullet. Again, Harding does get the second half kickoff, so they'll hopefully come in, go in those locker room at halftime, make the adjustments they need to make, and come back out and get that offense back on track. They look pretty stout going down that first series, but it has been a struggle ever since for the Harding offense.
Well, it'll be interesting. Most of the game we've been seeing man-to-man coverage on the outside here. You can tell they've went to this 2 deep safety, cover 2 style defense with both the outside corners giving up about anywhere from 10 to 12 yards. They're kind of just trying to keep everything in front of them. We'll see. Well, it looks like they're going to do the same thing here. I didn't know if Coach would switch it up, do some man, and try to put some pressure on the quarterback and force an errant throw, but we're in the cover 2. Let's see if we can get it.
Stevie Diamond looking over the middle against Marcus Britt. Britt gets back a few yards back to the original line of scrimmage at the 36, and that will bring up 4th down and 10 for the Buchtel Griffins, and that clock continues to tick, and I think Buchtel's going to let this one and take this lead into the halftime, and that is the end of the first half. Akron Buchtel taking a 12-7 lead into the lockers at halftime. Sit back, enjoy the Warren Harding Band. It doesn't look like the Griffins have brought a band, so you'll get to see the Raider marching band.
No.
I guess there's a couple. They got a small band over there. I'm sorry. You do get to see the Buchtel Griffin Band. So a full halftime show on tap for you. Griffin Band and the Raider marching band will take the field. Eddie and I'll be back in just a few. We'll bring you the second half.
Good evening, Griffins and Raiders. Under the direction of Rachel Sackler and Assistant Director Faith Fornash, we introduce to you the Marching Griffins. Today we present to you our 2024 halftime show, early 2000s. We hope you fall crazy in love with the Buchtel Griffins. Everybody get on your feet. It's time for the Cupid Shuffle. let's channel that inner Flashback Friday. Let's get down and Dougie. Give it up one more time for your marching Griffins!
Spirit without equal. Traditions beyond compare. And for decades, we have been the musical pride of Warren, Ohio. Mollenkopf Stadium, get on your feet and make some noise for your Warren Harding Raider Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we present the 2024 Raider Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Reed Young and Heather Cerny. Summer assistants include Krista Brinkler, Melanie Fly, Abigail Damage, and Rebecca Shepard. Our major ed instructor is Cindy Davies. Flagline instructors are Celeste Harris and Private Coach. Mission instructor Ryan Conrad. The band is led onto the field by field commanders Lauren Jackson, Jim Starfield, and head drummer Lee Long. The Raider Band is proud to present our 2024 show titled Back to Back. As we feature a variety of hit songs that we know you'll enjoy, Our opening song takes us back to the year 1997. Here is Everybody Backstreet's Back. Up next, our flag line is featured to one of the most widely known Motown hits of the 1960s and is considered the Four Tops' signature song. Here is Reach Out, I'll Be There. The Raider Band is on the move with this 2013 pop rock hit from the band One Republic. Here is Counting Stars. The Raider Band would like to thank all of you for being a wonderful audience tonight. Now join us as we cheer on our Raider team.
For generations, this field, this stadium is where we witness kids start their path to pursue their dreams. 3 championship organizations have raised boys into men. Gave Hall of Famer Paul Warfield. From the Warren Western Reserve Raiders, Jimmy Browner, Joey Browner, Keith Browner, Aaron Brown, Vanessa Brandon, Myron Elzey, Derek Kelson, Vanessa Decree, Elfie Birch, and Mark Brandon. From the Warren G. Harding Raiders, LaShawn Daniels Sr., Derek Tolles, Maurice Claret, Carl Diggs, Prescott Burgess, David Herron, Vanessa Provett, Christopher Anzavino, Mario Manningham, Chris Rucker, Daniel Boone Herron, LaShawn Daniels Jr., James Daniels, Yoda Froholt, Sydney Glover, Lynn Bowden, and recently added to the football legends of Warren, Ohio, Myron Cunningham. Along the way, we have lost a few football legends of Warren, Ohio, but their legacy will live long here at Mollenkopf Stadium. John Chuckernia, Chuck Ripple, Jim Bratz, Lionel Thomas, Michael Graham, Teddy Roberts, Lionel Reed, David Rogers, Corey Stringer. So to the next generation in Warren, it doesn't matter how small or big, fast or slow, quick or patient you are. Go out there, follow your dreams, believe in yourself, and give it everything you've got. And you will become a legend.
Welcome back to balmy Mollenkopf Stadium. Still a warm, nutty night. Really hasn't cooled off at all. Raiders and the Griffins out here going through their final warm-up steps as we get ready to kick off in the second half. Buchtel taking a 12-7 lead into the locker room at halftime. Harding scored on their first series, looked to be in control of the game, but then the Griffin defense stepped up, held Harding pretty well the rest of the half, and the Griffin offense showed a lot of signs of life. And that's where we stand at 12-7, getting ready to start the second half, Ed.
Yeah, pretty hard-fought game on both sides of the field here from the Akron Griffins and the Raiders here. You're right, it started out, really looked like the Raiders were going to be able to take control of this game, came down on their first drive, really just overpowered the line of scrimmage, drove the ball right down the field, kind of did whatever they wanted to, able to get some big stops on defense to keep that Griffin team out of the end zone. But I give them credit, they held firm. To be honest with you, the Griffins had an opportunity to really put some real big points on the board. If it wasn't for that Raider defense being able to step up on that 4th and 16 and hold them out of there, when they, in all honesty, it was a holding penalty that brought them back from the 2-yard line to put them out of the scoring range there. This could be a whole different game. But, you know, the second game of the year, Harding coming off of a big emotional game last week against the McKinley Bulldogs. Want to come here, nice crowd, you know, the stadium, everything's new, all this excitement. So, you know, you hope that first half just kind of getting some of those jitters out. They settle back down. They start doing what they know what to do, play tough fundamental defense on the offense, sustain the blocks, get that running game back established, get that two-way threat of Chaz Coleman out there to run the ball and throw the ball. I really look to see the Raiders stretch the field this half. Didn't see a lot of throws downfield. I think the 2 that we did see were under duress. It was kind of just throwing the ball out there. One by Chaz Coleman and then one by number 12, James Jones. Came in for a couple series and had the unfortunate interception. But really look for them to take advantage, start going vertical, stretch that defense out, really keep the defense on their heels and be able to open it up for the running and passing game. And that all starts with number 1, Chaz Coleman, the senior quarterback.
Harding set to return. They get the ball to start the second half, so that bodes well for Harding. Hopefully they come down and put themselves back on top quick.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Mike King Adair is the deep back, but to this point, no Griffin kick has gotten to the deep back. They've been picked up by one of the up backs. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I really want to see this up back if he feels that you want to take it north and south. I know you want to try to outrun him to the side, but with that short kick right there, you want to try to beat that coverage downfield, north and south, get the positive yards for your offensive set.
And again, a short, low kick, fielded about the 34-yard line. Gets it out to maybe the 37-38. Coleman Bay fields out one. He was hit hard right there, but it's 1st and 10 Raiders. And again, with good field position, about the 37-yard line.
You know, there's a play that sticks with me from the first half, a bootleg. Chaz bootlegged over to his right there, had 2 wide open receivers, kind of threw the ball in between them. I really like when I see the coaches take those athletes, get them out on the corner, have them pressure that defense to make them make a decision, put Chaz in that offense in a great position. Unfortunately, unable to connect. Look for them to go back to plays like that to let Chaz utilize the whole field and all of his athletes.
Coleman again in that single back set. And that's Mike King Adair. He gets the ball out around the end. Mike King Adair's got a lot of running room all the way into Buchtel territory down to the 39-yard line.
Starting out the second half exactly how they started off the first half with that stretch play to the right-hand side. King did exactly what he did in the first half by taking that ball upfield for a nice gain. Going to put it into Buchtel territory on a nice run by Mike King Adair.
Raiders with a huge first play from scrimmage to open up the second half, and they have it all the way down to the Griffin 39-yard line, 1st and 10, and the Raiders on the move early in the second half.
First half, we saw a lot of the two-headed monster at running back with Brandon Coleman as well. Looks like he's stuck with the running back, the sophomore King there. He's going to get hit for a loss, but possibly a face mask.
Helmet got ripped off, so that sounds like a pretty good call, and it looked like it got ripped off pretty late in that play. So they're sorting out this penalty. It was about a 5-yard loss on the play, but it's going to be a personal foul going against Akron, and that should result in another Raider first down. Yeah, I thought they tore that off kind of late.
You know, those are the kind of penalties you can't afford when you're Buchtel coming into hostile territory here in the Mollenkopf Stadium. Up 12-7, you know, riding high right now, but you know, the Raiders come out with a big run on first down, had a great opportunity on the second play there to hit the Raiders for a loss, but all for naught. It ends up in just an unwise penalty there with that face mask. It's going to bring the Raiders inside the 30 with a first down.
That personal foul takes the ball down to the Griffin 27-yard line and gives the Raiders a 1st and 10. The officials explaining what's going on over there to the coaches. Not sure what the question was. But whatever it is, I hope it got answered to his satisfaction. And again, the handoff up the middle, up to about the 20. So a big first down gain for Harding, about 8 yards up to the 20. That looked like Brandon Coleman on that.
Yeah, like the fight in the running back there. Keeps those legs moving to the whistle.
Gets a gain of 7, second down and 3. And as we said earlier, Brandon Coleman, he is a big back at 6 foot, 200 pounds. He gets the legs moving. He's going to be a load to bring down, especially as this game wears on and people start to get tired a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. And as those linebackers get tired back there and they're late stepping up to the hole, you let somebody like that, 200-pounder with some speed behind him that knows how to run behind his pads, you start taking a couple of those, those shoulder pads to the chest, and all of a sudden those linebackers start getting alligator arms.
Coleman stays in at running back. Coleman will get the give again. They got a hand on him in the backfield, and this time Coleman doesn't get the head of steam he'd like to get. That loss takes him back to about the 22-yard line, so looks like 3rd down and 5 for the Raiders at this point.
A lot of pressure from the Griffin defense coming into on the right-hand side there. Able to almost, it looked like they were trying to fake maybe a jet sweep there, run a counter back the other way. Defense not fooled by it. Able to come up with a big play to bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Raiders.
Brandon Coleman again at running back. Standing directly to Chaz Coleman's right. 3rd down and 6. Coleman looking to pass. He's got a man over here, and that looks like Sims. That's going to be close to a 1st down. And it looks like that's what they're stepping off. He does get the 1st down inside the 15-yard line. The Raiders have a 1st and 10 at the Akron Buchtel 14.
Chaz Coleman steps back, quick release off to his left-hand side there to Sims. Able to move the sticks. Raiders doing exactly what they needed to do on this drive. A nice mix of keeping the defense on their heels, a nice mix of run and pass.
That ball spotted at the Akron 13-yard line. 1st and 10 Raiders. 9:14 to play in the 3rd quarter. Coleman's going to keep this. He's got a seam. Gets it down to the 5-yard line. They're going to spot him at the 6. 2nd down and about 3 at the Griffin 6-yard line.
Fake the sweep to the right there. See that fake toss out there, froze the defense just long enough for Chaz to be able to find that seam up the middle for a big gain. He's another one, 6'5", I believe 220, 230 they're listing him at. Once he gets that speed going, that's a tough load to bring down. All he's got to do is use that body, fall forward. He's got a good 2-3 yards regardless.
Second down and 3. Coleman up the middle. Coleman's going to pound it in for the Raider touchdown from 6 yards out.
What you want to see there, let that offensive line really take control. Move those bodies up front. Let the running backs, nothing fancy there. Straight north and south running. Get behind the Hogs up front. Drive it into the end zone. Harding taking the lead with the opportunity for Gigi to tack on one more.
Jaron Edmonds on to attempt his 2nd extra point of the evening. And that kick is low, and he hooks it to the left, so no good. And the Raiders again make it a 1-point ball game with a 13-12 lead, 8:28 to play in the 3rd quarter.
We talked about the special teams for Buchtel last week. There was a couple mistakes in the kicking game as well. I think there was a snap that might have went awry, and then just a kick that wasn't able to find its mark. Right there, that's one I know they wish they could have back. We'll see if that comes up to haunt them a little later in the game. Raiders did what they needed to do on that possession, though. Were able to come down here, really show dominance on that on the offensive side of the ball. Buchtel really had no answer for the running game or the passing game. That 15-yard penalty also aided that drive. Now it's time for the defense to set in, get a stop, get a score, and start to build on the momentum that we saw from last week.
And the Raiders, just like their defense, just like their offense earlier in the first half, had Buchtel shut down 3 and out, but then it became a bit of a struggle after that. Buchtel was able to move the ball, and several encroachment penalties kept drives going, so we'll see if the defense can tighten that up a little bit and get back out to a quick start, just like they did in the first half.
Hey, we talk all the time about the, this game is a lot about halftime adjustments. Both teams are going to look at what worked, what didn't. They're going to go in there, they're going to talk to their players, they're going to talk to the coaches, and they're going to start to make some adjustments to try to capitalize on what they saw in the first half. And really the second half comes down to who makes the better halftime adjustments.
High kick fielded at the 10-yard line, out to the 20, the 25, the 30, and a big return. And I think that's number 2, Dorian Johnson for the Griffins, gets it all the way out to the 40-yard line, and the Griffins get set up with excellent field position for their first series of the second half.
Yeah, that's the second good return by Johnson there. Able to use that speed, find a little crack. Not a lot of shimmy and shake, and just north and south running to put that Akron Buchtel Griffins offense in great field position here on the 41 for their first possession of the second half.
Stevie Diamond leading his offense back out in the field. The Raiders made him run around a little bit in the first half, but those legs kept a couple plays going, including that second touchdown that Akron scored. They thought they had him all bottled up, found a receiver back in the corner of the end zone. Diamond keeps it, tries to get around that left end, and he'll pick up 6 or 7 on that. Defense had a hand on him. Looks like he'll get about 5. Gets it out to the 46-yard line. Akron Buchtel with a second down and 5.
Read option here to the left-hand side. He rode his running back, pulled it back at the last second, able to move the ball for about 4 or 5 yards.
Stevie Diamond doing a good job for Akron, keeping plays going with his legs out there, whether he's trying to create time for a pass. That time to get around the end, picked up good first down yardage.
Watch number 1, bottom of your screen here. Watch him on a blitz.
This time the handoff is to Britt up the middle. Britt's going to get close to a first down on that second down carry. And according to Spot, looks like he might just have that. They're actually, I see they're signaling for the chain to come out. They want to measure this one.
And they got a Buchtel player down as well.
Buchtel player down, maybe that's what the call was. Hoping it's nothing. Looks like, yep, looks like it's another cramp. Got that leg up, stretching out the calf. It's that time of year. It is heat cramp season here at Mollenkopf.
Absolutely. We've seen Harding get bit by that bug in the past. You really want to hydrate. You can see what the weather is going to be like, days in advance. You really want to take the first, that Wednesday going into Thursday. You really want to hydrate. You want to stay away from the carbonated drinks. You want to stay away from, energy drinks, things like that, the sugary stuff. Really want to get a lot of water, H2O, into your body. Really hydrate yourself. I'll tell you, I don't know if you've ever had one of those cramps before.
Oh, yeah.
But depending on the severity,
I know the feeling.
It's one of those things that you never want to get again.
Oh. There are cramps, and there are the cramps you get on a football field, and they are not the same.
No.
They are not the same.
I tell the story as my senior year, we were playing Harvey Paynesville, and this is before everybody had turf fields, and I had a safety to beat, and he was beat. And then he wasn't. And I went down with this cramp, and I ripped my helmet off, and I took a bite out of the ground. That my coach thought I blew my knee out, and then when he found out it was just a cramp, he told me to toughen up and get back out there, and I think they made me drink pickle juice. But yeah, something you do one time, and after that,
yeah. Give me the water.
You learn to hydrate.
Give me the water.
Yep.
Buchtel comes up a little bit short on that play. It's going to be a third down, and it looks like a very short one. Not even a yard to go. Actually, they are bringing the chains out. They are going to measure this one. So we're going to see. If they don't get the first down, it will not be by much that they missed it.
Looks like he might be a couple inches short, maybe.
I think where that spot is, I think you're right.
No, he's well short.
All right.
You can tell the marker.
Almost a full yard.
Yeah, the marker on the other side of the field.
Was on the 49.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is about a full yard short. 3rd down and 1 coming up.
Now let's see what this Harding defense learned from the first half. If it's any thing like the first half, you know you're going to see a hard count here. They're going to go on 2 or 3. Let's see if Harding learns some discipline.
That is an adjustment that sorely needs to have been made, so hopefully it was. Harding gave up no less than, I think, 3, maybe 4 first downs on that encroachment on the hard count. And I dare say at this point, if Buchtel doesn't get this, you're going to see a 4th down play out of him right here.
No, absolutely.
Stevie Jones sets back in that shotgun position, and he's trying. Harding held off that time. Jones keeps it. He's going to be short. There is a flag on the play. The ball is loose.
I don't know if that's a flag. I think that's the fumble.
Could be the fumble marker. Yes, it is.
That's a sandbag.
I think Akron Buchtel covered it, but they're going to lose yards on the play, and that's going to make it all of a sudden now a 4th and 5. Yes, that was the penalty marker. Another Griffin player goes down. And again, hopefully nothing more than a cramp. He's reaching for that calf. Hope he's reached for the calf and not his knee.
Looks like they're working low there. Could easily be just a... But I don't know if they're stretching it or not.
I'm not sure about this one. This might be a little bit more than a cramp. Stevie Diamond tried the keeper up the middle. Got hit early, looked like he was driving forward for the first down. Then the ball pops out, goes backwards, gets covered by Akron Buchtel, resulting in about a 4-yard loss. And now Buchtel's got a 4th and a challenging 5-yard lines. And I assume, with what we've seen out of their punt game so far, I'm assuming that they are going to go for this right here.
Yeah, I think you're going to see another hard count, see if they can get a quick gimme from the Harding defense. But what we've seen from the special teams game right now, he can put it high in the air, but you're not seeing a lot of distance. You're getting a lot of distance because Harding's letting the ball hit the ground, and they're getting a favorable bounce. But if I were a betting man right now, I'd say the same thing. I think you're going to see them line up. I think you're going to see a hard count. See if they can get them to jump. If not, they're going to take their chances at 4th down, try to move the ball down the field.
That Buchtel player is still down, so we're hoping. We never want to see anybody go down. I don't care what uniform he's wearing. We don't want to see these kids go down and be hurt seriously. They're still working on that young man over there, so hopefully we'll see him up on his feet very shortly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we come out here, obviously. We got a home team. We're homers. But at the end of the day, we want to see good competition. We want to see their best players versus our best players. And you never want to see anybody get hurt, especially this early in the season. You know how hard you prepare to get to this moment, especially if you're a senior. Coming out here, you've been dreaming about these days since you were a little kid. And unfortunately, it's just the realities of football. But he is up. Let's see. Looks like he's putting some weight on there.
Jordan Holloway, offensive lineman. 5'11", 230-pound offensive lineman walking off under. He's walking a little gingerly. He's up, but he's walking a little gingerly. So I think he's going to be out for a bit. We'll see. Hopefully we'll see him back tonight, but he is up and walking off the field. Excuse me.
Now let's see. Last time they punted from what seemed to be almost a shotgun position in which they're here now. Harding's not putting anybody back, obviously. They're in a traditional offensive set. Yep.
And he gets off a booming kick this time. And that's going to settle down inside the 20. So actually got off a nice kick. And again, took a Buchtel bounce, came back at him, didn't roll into the end zone. So pretty much other than Harding taking over on the 5-yard line the first half, this is the worst field position off a change of possession so far. Harding's going to start at their own 18-yard line. Pretty nice offensive series the first time they had the ball in the second half. They will be looking to repeat that on this drive. Good defensive stand. That was needed.
Looks like that was a shot of Lynn Bowden there in the stands, coming back to watch his alma mater.
Brandon Coleman with the handoff. He gets nothing on that. Might have lost a yard on that play. Good penetration again by that Buchtel defense.
Went back to the well. That play's worked for him on some past series there. That stretch play off the right tackle. That time the Buchtel defense ready for it, able to stop him for a loss of 1.
Second down 11 for the Raiders. Chaz Coleman coming in with the play. And this time Coleman's going to drop back to pass. Looks over to the right. He's got Mike King Adair. Pass is complete, but a little bit short. Adair had to fall on it, so
yeah, a little
minimal gain right there.
A little bit short. You see Chaz got plenty of protection, but throws off of that back foot as he's falling backwards. That's why the ball ended up being short out in the flats there to King. He would have, came back, planted that back foot, stepped forward, got the hips into it, fired it out there. King would have had the ball in some space, maybe able to make somebody miss and get some yards.
He had some room in a blocker out there in front of him.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Chaz was just trying to get the ball out there so quick that he threw it off that back leg, and that's why he ended up coming up short.
3rd down and 7. Coleman steps back again. That little swing pass looks like Mike King Adair. Adair shifts one tackler, gets it out. That's going to pick up a 1st down for Harding over on the far sideline.
Yeah, good tough running out there by King. Used his speed to get to the outside. Once he did, planted that right foot, started to get north and south, had a nose for the sticks, able to lower his shoulder to get that extra 2 yards to move the sticks forward.
First and 10 Raiders. They have the ball out to the 31-yard line now. They started this drive back on the 18. Under 4.5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Harding clinging to a 13-12 lead. And again, there's the give up the middle. That looks like it could be Coleman once again. Stack him up after a gain of a couple.
Yeah, that was Coleman coming in with the fresh legs there. Short gain on 1st down. Looks like they're now bringing in another running back that we saw in the first half there. That's 34. That's Davion Blackwell, another big back listed at 200 pounds.
Mike King Adair has checked in as well over there. I think that's Adair back there with Coleman in the backfield. And that will be Adair up the middle, and he gets spun around and hit in the backfield. No gain on that play. It's going to bring him a 3rd down and long.
Good penetration by that Buchtel defense on the right-hand side. Actually, it first came from the left-hand side, spun him around. The defense able to come strong on the right-hand side with a big hit. It's going to bring up a loss of 1. It's going to bring this up to 3rd and 9.
Dorian Johnson doing it on both sides of the ball for Buchtel right now. 3rd down and 9 at the 32-yard line. Under 3 minutes of play in the 3rd quarter. Coleman steps back. He's going to keep this one. Finds a little running room, gets it out. He's going to be close to a 1st down, and the initial spot looks like he has it.
See, they might have to measure this one.
And they are moving the chains. That's a 1st down. Nice. Harding out to the 41-yard line on the legs of Chaz Coleman.
Just a real athletic run there. I mean, you talk about, yards after first contact. They call it yak. I mean, he knew where the 1st down marker was, determined to get there, spinning his body around, putting himself out there, vulnerable to the hit, able to protect the ball, move it forward, and move the chains.
And when you're 6'5", you got a big stretch to use.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Chaz again going to keep this. Spin move, gets through, another 1st down. Coleman in that secondary, all the way down into Buchtel territory, down to the 44-yard line of Akron Buchtel.
Look, that's your quarterback right there. You see how he starts to get north and south, and just watch how many yards after the first contact. I mean, he's got 6, 7, 8 yards after initial contact.
And we said it a few times tonight. Chaz Coleman at 6'5", 230. He may be a quarterback, but he is a load to bring down, especially, again, this late in the ball game. 1st and 10 Raiders at the Griffin 45-yard line. That's Brandon Coleman, the running back, once again. Coleman looking downfield under a lot of pressure, shakes off one tackler and another, finding a little bit of running room. He gets brought down, but he turns a loss into a little bit of a gain.
Yeah, able to make something out of nothing there. A lot of pressure, able to make the first guy miss. You know what I really liked about that play there? He's showing he's a quarterback. You know, when he dropped back and he made that first guy miss, he could have easily just tucked the ball right then and looked to get upfield, but he kept his eyes up, kept his head upfield, kept looking downfield for a receiver, quarterback first, run second. Once he realized there was nothing there, he was able to tuck the ball, get upfield, and salvage a couple yards out of that play.
Looked like that was going to be a 6, 7-yard loss. Coleman managed to make a 2-yard gain. I would bring up 2nd down and 8. We're ticking down into the final seconds of this third quarter.
Looks like we do have another James Jones sighting.
James Jones back into play. I think Coleman might have been a little bit shook up on that last play. He got hit pretty hard, and it looks like Buchtel has jumped on that play. It's going to give James Jones another 5 yards to work with. Yeah, it looked like Chaz was a little shaken up after he got hit on that play. He took a hard pop at the end of that.
Well, you know, your quarterback's going both ways. They got him playing outside linebacker. As you're watching him, you know, towards the bottom of your screen, and you're seeing a lot of blitzes coming from him. Then on the offensive side of the ball, a lot of work with his feet out there. Great to be able to have somebody that you can come in like a James Jones to give him that breather to keep him fresh, specifically now that we're going into the fourth quarter.
And the Raiders let the clock run down to end the third quarter. We're going to go in the fourth with Harding up 13-12. They're going to have the ball 2nd down and short at the Buchtel 38-yard line when we resume play in a couple minutes at the start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, a little taste of their own medicine there. 2nd and 8. Harding able to get that free 5 yards from Buchtel. A little mental error there. They jumped. Going to switch that around now. 2nd and 3. This is a great opportunity to open up that playbook. We mentioned in the first half, really haven't seen the Raider offense try to go very vertical tonight. You got a 2nd and 8 right now. Check those safeties. That single safety, you've got the 3 trips on one side, the single receiver to the other. Safety's got to make a decision there. Both quarterbacks have shown that have strong arms. We got some burners out there at wide receiver. This might be a good opportunity to try to stretch this defense with a vertical pass and see if we can catch one.
I don't know how well you can hear it out there listening, but the band in that new band shell facing the stands with that wall behind them, they are coming through loud and clear from over there. Sounds really good. Coleman back in the game, hands it off to Brandon Coleman. Coleman with a lot of room up that left side, deep into Griffin territory. Big first down all the way up to about the Griffin 26-yard line.
Offensive line did their job there, opening up a big hole for Brandon Coleman there. He was able to exploit it, get up the field for a big gain, moving the chains for a first down inside the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 Raiders at the 26. 12-yard run to open up this fourth quarter, and the Raiders are on the move again. First time tonight they've really put strong back-to-back drives together. And this time it's My King Adair. He gets 2 or 3. And there's a Raider down. Nope, that's another Griffin down in the backfield, sorry. Another Griffin down in the backfield.
You know, one of the things we saw last week as well in Canton is just physical play. They came out there last week. I mean, they were hitting and got a little chippy there, you know, for a second, back and forth. Nothing dirty, just clean football. But, I mean, you really saw the physicality and the intensity coming out of the Raiders on both sides of the ball last week. One of the reasons they were able to just stay in that game and give themselves an opportunity all the way up until the final whistle. And you're seeing some of that same intensity, some of that same toughness coming out of this offense and defensive line, and those running backs really getting behind their pads, not accepting an arm tackle, not accepting a shirt tackle. Just a great thing to see from this Raider team opening up here at Mollenkopf for the 2024 season.
This looks to be another cramp issue. They're stretching that right leg out of the player that's down over there. It's number 1. That's Demetrius Coates. He's been a big part of their offense so far tonight. He's up. He'll walk that one off. I'm sure we'll see him again in a play or two.
Number 1, Demetrius Coates.
Yep, they're going to have to bring him back out there. Coaches try to always take advantage of some of those injuries and use them as a timeout. Referees always got to let them know, Coach, it's an injury, not a timeout. Get him back out here.
Second down and 8. Griffin 24-yard line. Another give up the middle, and that's good yardage up the middle on that second down play, all the way down inside the 20 to about the 18. Should bring up about a 3rd down and 2.
Great situation for this Harding offense to be in with those big backs back there. The offensive line starting to impose itself on the defensive line, and you've always got the weapon of your 6'5" quarterback in the backfield that's easy, that can stretch forward to get you that first down when it's something short like this 3rd and 2 situation they have coming up.
Brandon Coleman again back there behind Chaz. Brandon with the ball.
Nice.
Coleman's got some room to the outside. Another spin move inside the 10. We're looking at a 1st down and goal for Warren Harding, all the way down to about the, looks like I'm spotted at the 8-yard line.
Nice run by Coleman there. You'll see he breaks the outside, that little stutter step back to the inside. Got him another 5 yards to move this ball inside the 10.
First and goal, Raiders, Akron Buchtel 8-yard line.
Statement plays right here, statement plays. Keep on running straight forward.
Looks like Mike King Adair has stepped in, and he'll get the give this time. He gets met in the backfield, but he still manages to plow ahead for 2 or 3, maybe down to the 6-yard line.
Number 28, Mike King Adair.
This is where you try to demoralize your opponent right here. The offensive line's been hitting on all cylinders for this drive and the last drive. You want to keep on doing what you're doing. Power football, man on man. You want to put them back in. You want to introduce the Akron Buchtel defensive line to the new Wellness Center.
Looked like Mike King Adair fell ahead for a couple yards, but they got him spotted back in the line of scrimmage for no gain. So it is 2nd down and goal, still at the 8-yard line. Chaz Coleman with the keeper, gets it inside the 5.
As the time's running down, you've got 3rd. You're going to have 3rd and about 3 here. I still don't change the game plan if I'm Coach Matty Rich. I'm still getting behind my guys up front. I am imposing my will. I am running straight forward. Me versus you. You can't stop me.
Third and goal, 3-yard line. And again, Harding shows up in that power eye, that stacked eye. It looks like Mike King Adair is the deep man, and he gets it. He's going to push that one in. Touchdown, Harding, with 8:27 to play, and Harding now has jumped out to a 19-12 lead.
Exactly what you needed right there. I think that was Mike King on that carry there. They need to go over there. Every one of those offensive linemen need a tap on the backside. Tell them, great job this drive. You got us here. There's one of the big guys right there, Ashton Coleman, big number 66 at center.
Looks like they are helping Jordan Holloway off the field. That's the 2nd time he's gone off. Looks like he's getting hit with the cramps again. We'll have a little bit of a delay here while they get the young man off the field. Jaron Edmonds back out for the PAT attempt. He'll try to make it 2 for 3 on the night. Perfect on the first one. Little low hook on the second one. And that kick splits the uprights, making it 20-12.
Nice play for Jaron. I'm going to have to ask him. Lives down the street from me. I don't know. He's getting a little older. Maybe he's Jaron now. He's no longer Gigi. But way to split those uprights there. Well, we saw this in the first half too, Tom. You know, and to give that Akron, to give the Griffins some credit, you know, Harding, it came with a couple hard, you know, body punches. Looked like they had total control of the game, but not able to really hit him with that headshot and take him out. And so we'll see if that defense can step up here and contain that Griffin offense and start to put this away here as we start to dwindle down in the fourth quarter.
So far in the second half, Harding has been pretty dominant on both sides of the football. It wasn't the case through much of the first half. But Harding, bit by bit, starting to get their own way as this game wears on. Just under 8.5 minutes to play.
Getting set to kick off for the Raiders, number 38, Jaron.
20-12, Raider lead.
Back deep for the Griffins, number 2.
Still a single-score ball game, but Harding will look to change that. Good defensive stand and get the offense back out on the field.
Griffins have had some good returns.
Yes, they have. They've threatened every time they brought the ball back on a kickoff.
I think that's always been number 2, Johnson. See if they try to keep it away from him.
Little pooch kick to the up back. Slips and falls at about the 28-yard line. That was number 9, Quadri Harvey. So they did keep it away from Johnson that time. A little up back.
It's a big drive here. Big drive here for both sides of the ball. Akron knows they have something to prove. Harding kind of had their way with them on the offensive side of the ball. Right down the field. They're going to come back out here. They're going to try to prove that they still got something left in the tank. Only down 8 points right now. Obviously, opportunity to tie it, and that's what they would do. If they score, we know they're not going to try to kick the extra point. They're going to go for 2 regardless. So this is a big drive for them to prove that they still got something left in the tank. They still got some fight left in them.
Stevie Diamond and Marcus Britt, that's been the backfield duo for Buchtel all night long. And Diamond back to pass. He finds a man over the middle. And that is number 1, Demetrius Coates, with a big gain inside Raider territory, down to about the Raider 48-yard line. So a big play for Akron Buchtel to open up this drive, and Buchtel's making a statement right away. Hey, we're not done yet. You're going to have to play some ball yet this game, guys.
Yeah, Buchtel able to take advantage of that coverage. Looked like a cover 2, but McCoy came up quick for that man coverage. They were able to exploit the open area for a nice gain.
This time they hand off to Britt. Britt's got some running room up the middle, and that's another Buchtel first down. And now it's the Griffins on the move.
Like we talked, we saw the same thing in the first half. You know, give a lot of respect to this Buchtel team. They're taking some shots, but they're coming right back. Looks like they're going to get a timeout here. Harding's going to want to talk about this.
Buchtel comes out with 2 big plays after the Harding touchdown, saying, hey, we're here for 48 minutes tonight, fellas.
Yeah, absolutely, you know. But these are the kind of games that build character on both sides. You know, the blowouts are nice, comfortable, you know, get some of the young guys in, save some of the starters, start to look at what you have. But these are the kind of games right here, it totally builds character. What can you do under pressure? What can you do when you're tired? Are you going to give up? Are you going to be there for your brother? Are you going to be there for your teammate? These are the type of games, win or lose, you can gain a lot from them on both sides of the ball because it shows you where you're at as a team. It shows you where you are as a unit. And thus far, both teams, none of them giving up. Both of them still got something left in the tank. Both of them going out here giving everything they can on every play.
I think that may have been a regrouping timeout as much as anything else. Get this team slowed down and just get that Raider defense. Hey, take a breath, fellas. You got this.
Corner's giving up a lot of cushion.
And Diamond back to pass. Quick pass out to the right side. And that was number 11, Carter Dawson, who again, close to a first down over there on that far sideline.
Yeah, you saw a pre-read there. Corner's giving up about 10, 12 yards off of the wide receivers. Just a quick step back. Throw over there, able to get a quick 8 yards.
9-yard gain, second down and 1. They're at the Raider 27-yard line. And this time the handoff is to Britt. He's going to plow ahead for that first down, get it inside the 25, maybe down to about the 22.
The clock is not running. It has not run. There it goes.
Official making sure it's going now. Inside 7 minutes to play. First and 10 at the Raider 22-yard line. And the Griffins are driving.
Oh, excuse me, that was a first down. That's why they had stopped the clock. Looks like we've got some alumni cheerleaders down there.
Quite a few, by the looks of it. Big line of cheerleaders. And that's a sack in the backfield. Big defensive play. Diamond goes down for about a 5-yard loss.
Number 11, Aiden Allen, coming out of that left slot there. Quarterback tried to juke, had nowhere to go. Big play. Raiders defense definitely needed that. Going to bring on a big 2nd and 15 now.
As we've said many times in the past, there are not many 2nd down and 15 plays in that book.
Yeah, you know, you just have to realize you can't get it all on one play. Try to get something positive here. Live to play 3rd down.
2nd and 15 for the Griffins, and there's some motion.
I think that's a false start.
That looks like that should go against Akron Buchtel.
There it is. Yep.
Another 5 yards makes it 2nd down and 20. And after a very strong start to this drive, the Griffins imploding just a little bit here late in the 4th quarter. Had a really good drive going. Now they're making it awful hard on themselves. Clock is running. Coming up on 5.5 minutes to play. It's 2nd down and 20. But they have shown a lot of resilience. They've gotten out of this situation several times before in this game. So the defense still needs to be on their toes. Diamond back to pass, hurling it downfield. That's going to be short. And fortunate for Buchtel that wasn't picked off.
Yeah, another great coverage out there. I'm trying to see, was that 10, Matty Richardson? Yes, it was. That's probably the 5th or 6th time they went after him tonight. They were able to get him on one, but since then he's been solid out there on the corner. Coach comfortable with leaving him out there all by himself, and he stepped up to the challenge tonight.
He has been lock city since getting beat early in the game. 3rd down and 20. And now the Griffins are starting to get up against the wall here a little bit. They're going to need something big right here if they want to stay in this ball game.
Absolutely 4-down territory for them.
Diamond back to pass. Again, looking deep. Looking for Carter Dawson. There's 2 guys there, 2 Raider defenders to knock that ball down. Dawson never had a chance. He had a Raider wall in front of him. That ball wasn't getting anywhere near him.
That looked like that was number 8, Sims, and that was number 10, Richardson, back there on the coverage. Griffins lucky to get that one back to see the 4th and 20.
I wonder if again, you know, I mentioned situational awareness before. The Raiders like, we're just going to knock this one down and not take the ball on the goal line here.
Correct.
If so, then that's a real intelligent play right there.
Hey, talk about the football acumen. You've got a senior back there and a sophomore. Great football awareness.
Because they knew they got a 4th and 20 coming up, and here it is.
Here comes the pressure. He's got
Diamond's
some
going
space.
to have to tuck this one. He's got some room out there. And again, the legs of Stevie Diamond may have just kept Akron Buchtel in this game.
Let me see, are they moving
And
them?
they are moving the chains.
Moving them.
Stevie Diamond once again on his legs.
4th and 20.
That is several times tonight that he has brought Akron Buchtel back from the brink of disaster. And now, 4th and 20, all of a sudden Buchtel has got a 1st and goal at the Raiders' 6-yard line. And this is a ball game to the end now.
No, Mr. Diamond definitely came to play tonight.
Hand off to Britt. Britt's got nowhere to go on that play. It'll remain 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Number 15, Amir Man Cobb on the play there. This is one of those areas where Buchtel's gotten down deep before, but the penalty bug has bitten them. Let's see if they can maintain their discipline.
Actually lost the yard on that play. Ball's backed up to the 7, 2nd and goal. And just when it looked like Harding was going to lock this down, this game is going to go down to the final bell.
Nice
and another big play by number 10, Matt Richardson.
Matt Richardson sticking on the wide receiver out there, aided by the pass being rushed. Chaz Coleman came through fast, that 6'5" frame. Nice spin move to get around his blocker, but Matty Rich right there to make the play for the Raiders.
You know, sometimes guys, they get beat like he did in the first half. They hang their heads a little bit. Matt Richardson just seemed to say, all right, you got me on that one. Keep it coming.
Yeah, you gotta
and they have not gotten anywhere near him since.
Got to have a short memory.
3rd down and goal at the 7.
Here comes the pressure.
Diamond back to pass. Diamond's going to get sacked all the way back at the 18-yard line.
He had nowhere to go. The pressure was coming from his left. He tried to roll out. There was pressure coming from his right. He tried to stop plant, go up the middle, and there was pressure there as well. They all converged. Well, 4th and 18. Does Mr. Diamond have...
he's got one more trick up his bag.
Does he have it again?
You want to tell the Raiders, make a smart play here. Don't give them something cheap, but at the same time, you're going to have to be on your toes because this kid just keeps bringing this team back, and we will see.
They're playing the corners back off of them, giving a little bit of cushion, keep everything in front of you.
This time he's looking for Dorian Johnson, and that is overthrown. Raiders are going to take over on downs. Now with a chance to run the clock out in the lead, 20-12.
3:24, they're going to take the ball on, what is that, about the 18-yard line. Griffins do have 3 timeouts. Raiders offensive line this whole second half has shown that they can take over that line of scrimmage and dominate it. Let's see if they just get behind those guys up front. Straight ahead, North and South football, stay in bounds, make the Griffins burn those timeouts, and let's watch this clock wind down. 2 hands on the ball, nothing fancy. Don't need to break anything big right now. The biggest thing we want to do right now is we want ball control. We want 2 hands on the ball. We want protection. We want covered up, North and South running, nothing fancy.
Coach Richardson elects to bring James Jones out there. A lot of trust in his sophomore. Gives it off to Brandon Coleman.
He fumbled.
Fumbled the ball. And, oh my gosh. Boy, this is what we were talking about.
Well,
wow.
Said it before the snap. Most important thing we're looking for right now is to protect that ball. Well, you're gonna, let's see, somebody get a helmet on it maybe, or
I think the handoff was clean. It was after that.
Yeah. Well, with the humidity that you have down here, it's creating a lot of moisture. But still, got to protect the ball in that situation right there. Going to bring that Raider defense back on the field, asking them to do it all over again with 3:17 left.
And just when you think it might have been about over, we all of a sudden have 3 minutes and 17 seconds of all-out football left to play. You got to be careful giving a team like this that extra bit of life every now and again.
Absolutely. Looks like they're going to call a sideline
push the
warning.
Sideline back a little bit.
Nope, called a timeout.
Harding will use its second timeout of the half. They want to talk this over. It has been sloppy at times, but it has been entertaining nonetheless tonight. Great game back and forth between these two programs.
Yeah, great night of high school football. I mean, you really can't ask for anything better than this. You know, both teams, you know, taking each other's best shots, responding from it, you know, falling down, but both teams standing back up. You know, everybody coming out for the bell here. You know, this is late. Look, it's 3:17 in the fourth quarter. It's a hot, humid night. Only second game of the year. Don't really have your football lungs yet. But to watch these two teams just go back, you know, back and forth with each other, no give on either team. You know, it just like we talk about, Tom. This is the most wonderful time of the year.
I hate to see those leaves start to turn, but I do love this.
Yeah.
Akron Buchtel, 1st and 10, Harding 26-yard line. They get new life after the fumble. And Stevie Diamond, he finds a man open the middle. That's Dorian Johnson once again. Looked like he was down. I guess he wasn't. They're going to give him the ball up around a 20. That's about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, it looked like that was pretty tight coverage there. Thought he brought him down. He must have came down on the defender. That's why they kept that play alive, able to get a couple more yards.
2nd down and 4. Harding 20-yard line.
You know, you talk about Harding not really going vertical with their passing game. We've only seen a couple shots by Akron. We'll see if they take any shots in the end zone or they keep it in the middle of the field.
Stevie Diamond's going to keep this around the left end. He's going to pick up another 5-yard lines. He's going to pick up another Griffin first down. Clock will stop as they move the chains at 2:27. And remember, Griffin still has their full complement of timeouts yet.
Yeah, they've been able to manage those well in this second half here.
1st and 10 at the Harding 15. And it looked like Harding was going to get themselves out of the woods, but all of a sudden it is nail-biting time, and the Griffins are going to use their first timeout with 2:08 left in the ball game.
You know, we asked the question, would special teams possibly come back to haunt either of these ball clubs? And right now, the best that Akron Buchtel could do is to tie the game. You know, you go back to the special teams and the kicking. If they were able to line up and kick one of those extra points and put them through, this would be a whole. You'd see a lot more nervousness on this Harding sideline.
Timeout for Akron. 2:08 to play. 20-12. Akron trying to capitalize on a late fumble after turning the ball over on downs in their last series. Harding looked to come out and maybe run the clock out with 3.5 minutes to play. Fumbled on their first play from scrimmage on that series. And now Buchtel all of a sudden with a 1st and 10 at the Harding 15-yard line. They are knocking at the door with just over 2 minutes to play, trying to tie this ball game. Stevie Diamond and Marcus Britt in that backfield. Stevie Diamond has been nothing short of a magician for these Buchtel Griffins tonight. There's a handoff to Britt, and Britt's not going to get anything on that play. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 at the 15.
Once again, that read option probably should have pulled that one back. I'm sure they've got coaches up in the box watching those ends to see what they're doing there. Might have gave that ball up a little early. Maybe could have popped that outside for a gain, but excellent play by the Raider defense.
2nd down and 10. Clock continues to tick. Minute 30 coming up. Stevie Diamond back to pass. He's going to keep this one, then he lets it go into the end zone. He finds the man in the end zone, and it is a touchdown. And that looks like
that's number.
Is that number 2? Is that Dorian
that's
Johnson?
Number 8.
Number 8.
Xavier Wilson.
Xavier Wilson this time. and it becomes a 2-point ball game, and it's coming down to the 2-point attempt that Akron Buchtel's going to have to go for here.
Stevie Diamond with a lot of pressure coming from his right-hand side. Once again, used his legs to buy himself some time, pressured the line of scrimmage, threw a rocket to the back of the end zone there. 2 points away from tying this one up.
That's twice tonight. You look like you got him bottled up. You look like he's got to tuck it and run, and he manages to find his receiver in a crowded end zone. And now it's up to this extra point attempt. Diamond back to pass.
Wide open, but it's overthrown.
Overthrows him! He had his man wide open and just past the outstretched arms.
You know,
looking for Marcus Britt out of the backfield.
They gave it exactly what Buchtel want there. They let that rush come, let him come, and they wanted to get that quick little pop pass out to the left there. Had his receiver wide open, but I think the pressure was a little too much. He had to put a little too much float on the ball there, and just unfortunately, you know, for the game that Stevie Diamond has played tonight, he wants that ball back.
You know, I was joking around earlier in the game, you know, about the NFL rule having to announce an onside kick. Right. And even though you don't have to announce it, you know it's coming now.
Here comes the onside kick
you know it's coming now.
Here comes the onside kick.
So Harding's going to have the good hands people out there, because the way this thing has gone, folks, there's a minute 28 to play. Harding's up by 2. This is not over by a long shot yet.
Not at all, and with Buchtel having 2 timeouts left, if they were able to recover this, it would be great field position for them.
And we've seen them all night. When they get some momentum going, they put some plays together.
No, absolutely. I mean, listen, Akron Buchtel, if Harding's able to recover this, you know, run this clock out, they've got nothing to hang their heads about. They came here to Warren. Lot of excitement on our side of the ball, everything that we've got going for us here in the city of Warren, here at this stadium, and give them a lot of credit. It looks like Coach Richardson wants to talk to them, talk this over, make sure everybody knows their assignment. Obviously, he's got the hands team out there. Once again, we're just trying to recover the ball. We're not trying to advance it. We're trying to get the ball, cover it up, go down. Let's get the ball back to our offense. Let's get it into our senior, our leader, Chaz Coleman's hands. Let's advance the ball as much as we can, pick up a first down, and let's head into the locker rooms.
Folks, if you bought a ticket tonight or if you're at home catching us on YouTube, you've seen a good one. This has been entertaining. It has been a slugfest from beginning to end. And with a minute 28 to play, we got a little bit to go. All the credit in the world to that Buchtel team. They've had several places where they could have just kind of hung it up and said, okay, yeah, we played a good game. They've made some things happen, and they've made some things happen in a spectacular fashion to stay in this ball game, and they still got a shot.
Oh,
they
no,
still
absolutely.
have a shot out there.
Absolutely. I mean, with 2 timeouts, that's going to force Harding to have to get at least 1 first down if they're going to want to try to run this clock out.
Xavier Wilson. I'm sure he's going to try to, and there it is. I think somebody went a little bit early on that Buchtel team. We're going to back that kicking team back up 5 yards. We're going to try this one again.
Well, we know, you know, the whole objective here is to kick the top of the ball there, get a roll, and then hopefully you can get it to get that big bounce to where it ends up becoming basically a jump ball to give your kickoff team an opportunity to be able to recover it. The worst thing you want to see is when they angle that kick, you just don't want to see it go out of bounds with a legal procedure penalty, and it's all for naught.
Right. So here we go, minute 28. We're going to try this onside kick again. Buchtel desperately trying to get their hands back on the football, give themselves one more crack. And this time a little pooch kick. That gets over the head of Eris Coleman Bay.
There it is.
He's going to
Just
fall on it. Smart play right there.
Very smart. And that's why he's going to Brown University, ladies and gentlemen. Smart play out there.
So Harding is going to get the ball at the minute 25 to play. 1st and 10. About their own 27, 28-yard line with a minute 25 to go. And they're going to try this time to run this clock out. And we'll say it again, ball control.
No, absolutely. I see Coach down there. That's all he's saying. 2 hands on the ball, cover it up, tuck it. Nothing fancy. We are not trying to break an 80-yarder right here. Run that clock, make them burn the timeouts. 3-4 yards of play gets us the first down.
Looks like My King Adair will be the running back of choice for this final series. And he's going to get the ball. He's going to get a little bit of running room. All right.
Number 28, Mike King Adair.
The Griffins will use their second timeout and stop the clock with a minute 21 to play. Pickup of about 2 or 3 for Adair. Not so much the yardage at this point. It's just hanging on to the ball.
Hang on to the ball. I mean, yeah, you know, obviously 4 yards of play is going to get you a first down. But right now, I think you really want to just, you know, make them burn those timeouts, advance the ball as much as you can, but run as much time off the clock as you can. If you have to put the ball into your quarterback / punter, Chaz, he's shown the ability to really put his leg behind the ball. And to be honest with you, yes, I'll give Akron that credit. They've been able to sustain some drives, but what they haven't shown the ability to do is to be able to break one. They haven't shown the ability to be able to score from anywhere on the field. So right now, if we've got to punt and we've got to push them back to the 30-yard line, 35, somewhere around there, I'm confident that this defense has the ability to keep that ball in front of them and keep them out of the end zone. A nice gain there. I think that was My King.
My King Adair once again, I believe. Out to the 32-yard line, and Buchtel is going to use its final timeout with a minute 16 to play.
3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 play coming up.
Big play coming up, 3rd and 5. Everybody's tired. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a hard count here by the quarterback. See if they can possibly turn those tables on Buchtel. See if they can get a free first down out of this with an offsides penalty to end the game.
First down pretty much locks it up at this point.
The Warren Student Communication Network at WSCN for all of their video broadcasting on the scoreboard tonight. Thank you to MBI Studios for the video board productions during pregame and halftime.
You know, you can hear the field announcer giving a shout out. And I don't know that we've had the opportunity, so before we get to this play, just want to really give a shout out to everybody at WSCN and the amazing broadcast that they put on.
As always, Eddie and I we're just so proud and really humbled to be a part of this year in and year out. Chaz Coleman, pounding head is going to be close to that first down.
I think he's got it. I think he's got it.
Spot looks like it.
Gets the first down.
And
there is another Buchtel player down.
Looks like there's a couple Buchtel players down right now. See some good sportsmanship. The Raiders helping them up off the field. And yep, they're going to move the chains. And with that,
once they come back out and get the clock running, it's victory formation time, I think. A couple more snaps of the ball, and the Raiders get to put this one to bed. Give a little shout out to a couple friends of mine, if he's still listening. Tim Campbell out in Idaho. Glad you're with us, buddy. Tim, an old classmate, teammate of mine. One of the most fearsome linebackers around back in the early 80s. Another friend of mine out there in Washington. Hope he's listening tonight. MD, hope you're watching. And of course, we welcome everybody else who joined us on the air tonight. We're glad to have you. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. And we are in victory formation. A couple more snaps of the ball, and the Raiders get to celebrate their first win of the 2024 season.
Looks like they're the officials are holding them up for some reason here. Play clock has not started. Clock has not.
The play clock has.
No,
the game clock has started.
Okay. Oh, that was an injury.
Okay.
They stopped the clock for that injury. I think it's only going to take one.
Coleman back, and that should do it. 40 seconds on the play clock, 25 seconds on the game clock. And that'll do it. The Raiders climb to 1-1 with a thrilling 20-18 victory over the Akron Buchtel Griffins. The Griffins, after their opening season win against North Canton Hoover, they're going to fall back to 1-1.
No, this is a special win, Tom. Coming home, all the renovations to the stadium, all the renovations to the school, packed stands. You see the alumni cheerleaders and majorettes out there came back for the game. Just really hard fought, special game to remember. Big shout out to the Buchtel Griffins. They never gave up, but at the end, the Harding Raiders never gave up either. Each time the Raiders gave a shot to Buchtel, they came back, but so did the Harding Raiders on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Really proud of what this team was able to do. Really excited to see what they can do moving forward. We knew something special last week. To go down to Canton last week against an always tough Bulldog team, and for them to hold on to that game the way they did, you knew that something had changed. You knew that they had a different type of confidence, and to see them come out there tonight and the way they performed, the way they slipped but never fell, would always come back after the best shots that they were given. Really look forward to the remaining 8 games of the season, and if we're so lucky to get to the playoffs, I think this team may be special. And just watching all those kids over there in front of the band, that's what it's all about.
Harding's on the road next week at Maslin Perry, so unfortunately we won't be bringing you that game on WSCN, but we'll all be back here in 2 weeks when Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's comes to town, and that will be a special night. That's the celebration of the 1974 Warren Harding Panther State Championship Club. So we are looking forward to seeing that and welcoming those former athletes back to Mollenkopf. That'll be a great evening. We've always enjoyed those. The last couple of years we've had 50th anniversary of Western Reserve Championships. Now we get a Warren Harding Championship from 1974, their 50th. So we're looking forward to that one. I believe that'll be a throwback night, so we'll see the red and black of old for Harding. And hopefully we'll see a 2-1 ball club come back that night.
Yeah, it'd be nice to, it's as a player today, just to see where your lineage is. You see the statue outside of Paul Warfield. They show the guys like Boom Heron and Browner and Prescott Burgess and Mario, and Lynn was in the crowd tonight. But to see some of these guys and realize, what that W stands for. And whether it was with Harding or with the Raiders or it was the championships they won, in '94, when it was combined, just to understand what Warren Harding football stands for. It just gives you, it gives you goosebumps now, and I couldn't imagine being a player, being able to go out there in front of some of those guys. The shoulders. Let's be honest, this program is prestigious, not just in the state of Ohio, but around this country. And to be able to be in front of the giants of the shoulders of the giants in which they stand upon today, and to be able to perform in front of them has to be quite an honor.
And an incredible legacy to follow and stand up to. These young players get that opportunity year in and year out, and there really is sometimes something magical about this stadium. And now again we see the backdrop of that wellness center up and ready to roll over there. What a wonderful view that is. Our new video board, 4 times bigger than the one we had before. That new band shell, and again and within all that, the Matt Richardson era is really off to a great start.
Oh, absolutely, Tom.
that'll about do it for us here at Mollenkopf tonight. We thank you for joining in and listening with us. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Again, the Raiders open up their home opener with a 20-18 hard-fought win over the Akron Buchtel Griffins. And again, they will be on the road next week against Massillon Perry. They'll be home in 2 weeks. Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's. And again, that'll be a celebration of the 1974 Warren Harding Panther State Championship Ball Club. So we look forward to seeing those past greats out on this field gracing the gridiron at Mollenkopf Stadium one more time. So, Ed, let's enjoy the weekend. We got an extra day this time.
Oh, absolutely. Labor Day. Let's go out there, enjoy it, watch those leaves turn, and college football's up tomorrow.
College football, the NFL starts. Hey, folks, enjoy the Labor Day weekend. Thanks again. We look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks when the Irish of St. Vincent St. Mary come to town. Have a great one, Raider Nation.
Good night, everybody.